on DAB digital radio and 1089 and 1053 AM. Kick-off Champions League live on Talksport.
And a very good evening if you're just joining us here on Kick-Off on Talks. Welcome to Manchester United and to Old Trafford and to Chelsea tonight. Their opponents in such a vital quarter-final of the Champions League. Get through this one and the possibilities of taking on Schalke in the semi-finals and the possibilities of eventually getting to the final as all roads begin to lead towards Wembley and the 28th of May and the final of the European Club Championship. The Manchester United flags, there are four vast ones, two at either end at the moment, that are being waved on the goal line. Behind that, of course, the two-tiered magnificent stadium. 80,000 fans will be crammed in here tonight. Still a few short, of course, making their way into the ground. The director's box towards my left at the moment. They stand expectantly, waiting for their heroes to make what will be a fantastic entrance. And suddenly, they see one or two of their heroes, and the fans below begin to chant United. Stan Collymore. These are great moments, aren't they? This is why, from the moment you fall in love with this game, you think there's nothing better.
Yes, the Manchester United players that aren't involved tonight: Raphael, Gail Obertan, Owen Hargreaves, sitting next to Gary Neville. His brother Phil just came down and had a little chat between the two brothers. But this is the moment when you're in the dressing room, the bell's about to go, the buzzer's about to go. You've done all your preparations and you cannot wait to get out there. As soon as you start to walk down the tunnel, you hear the sound reverberating around the stadium, and you're absolutely champing at the bit to get out. Cannot wait for this one. Two teams, of course, that success has followed them, particularly Manchester United over the last 15 years, but Chelsea have had their fair share in the last 5 or 6. The one thing that Roman Abramovich and a succession of managers has found eluded them has been the Champions League. Can they put in a monster performance tonight on Talksport to take them over the line?
Stan, Roman Abramovich himself is just 4 rows below us here. He's made his entrance on cue as the two sides make their way from the tunnel at the Stretford end here. John Terry deep in thought with another match against Manchester United in the Champions League, of course. He's just kissed the badge on the pennant that he'll hand to his opposite captain, of course, with all of the ceremonial niceties before they get underway. That man is Vidic, who looks as stern and as focused as absolutely anybody. Then it's Van der Sar, and then, of course, Rio Ferdinand. What a first leg Rio Ferdinand managed to have. And on the Chelsea side of things, putting his hands now above as he claps to the Chelsea fans, high on the second tier behind me, is Alex. Big man. Big moment for him. Back in the Chelsea side after a long time through injury. And absolutely as you wanted to, 78,000 people get to their feet as the Champions League theme echoes around the Theatre of Dreams. Is this to be another night for Manchester United? What can the Londoners do about that? They've got the muscle. Do they have the presence tonight to make it a Chelsea dream and not an obsession? That's what Fergie called it for Roman. Ancelotti thinks it's an Abramovich vision of the future. The future tonight for the manager of Chelsea is all about one thing. Doubt is the enemy of champions. Doubt from Chelsea tonight, and they are out. And it'll be goodbye Roman and hello Roma come the summer for the manager, if he doesn't succeed. You're going to hear it unfold right now with us on Talksport and Kickoff. Your match commentary team of Stan Collymore and Nigel Pearson.
Mark, thanks very much indeed. Yes, good evening everyone. Welcome along to Old Trafford for what promises to be something special. Rio Ferdinand, in the build-up to the game, in the press conference, admitted that there's something special about European nights here at the Theatre of Dreams, and how it will be something special for Manchester United if they can make it through to the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League. They have that 1-0 advantage given to them by Wayne Rooney at Stamford Bridge last Wednesday night, and the only scenario to give us extra time tonight will be a Chelsea lead by 1-0 at the end of 90 minutes of this game tonight. So that's what is going to happen tonight in terms of the scenario for extra time if we are to have that. It is going to be a 1-0 lead for Chelsea at the end of 90 minutes. Let's remind you of the team news before we get the early thoughts of Stan Collymore alongside me. Van der Sar in goal for United, O'Shea, Ferdinand, Vidic and Evra at the back, Nani, Carrick, Giggs and Park for Manchester United in midfield. Rooney and Hernandez are up front. On the bench, Kuszczak, Brown, Berbatov, Smalling, Scholes, Valencia and Gibson. For Chelsea tonight then, Cech is in goal, Ivanovic, Alex, Terry and Ashley Cole across the back, Ramirez, Essien and Lampard in midfield, Anelka pushing forward wide on the right, Malouda wide on the left, Torres is up front, and that means that Drogba is on the bench. Turnbull, Benayoun, Drogba, Mikel, Zhirkov, Ferreira and Kalou is the Chelsea bench tonight. Old Trafford's playing surface looks perfect. It's filled up in the last 5 minutes. There were a lot of empty seats, but it's almost rammed to capacity now here. We're all set up for what promises to be something special, Stan.
It does. Hopefully it will be an absolute cracker, showcasing the very best of English football in this wonderful arena here. And as the two sides kick off, absolutely delighted that you've joined us on Talksport.
We're underway here at Old Trafford then. United in their traditional red shirts and white shorts and white socks as you would expect, attacking left to right, which means Chelsea in all blue tonight are attacking the Stretford end. They have to score here tonight, Chelsea. It's as simple as that. And the word obsession has been used greatly by Sir Alex Ferguson in the build-up, not just to this game but to last week as well, claiming it's an obsession for Roman Abramovich. That's why he spent £50 million on Fernando Torres, who, if you've just joined us tonight, does get the nod, does start up front for Chelsea. Drogba is the man on the bench, and he will not be happy with that, as Ashley Cole has the ball midway inside his own half. Forward for Lampard now, all the way back for John Terry, and the noise around Old Trafford is tremendous on this special European night.
Yeah, Fernando Torres up top on his own, tactically for Manchester United. Jason Park comes over to the right, Lewis Nani over on the left, and Wayne Rooney playing in a more withdrawn role, just leaving Javier Hernandez, 3 Champions League goals in 6 appearances, up as front man.
Chelsea have only lost a home European tie once before last Wednesday, and that was against Barcelona in 05-06 in the round of 16, so it really does show a measure of Manchester United's achievement to get a win there last Wednesday as they come forward now. Chelsea with Ramirez, and he's midway inside the Manchester United half. Carrick's backtracking, tried to play the ball out wide to Ashley Cole, but it's gone out of play. I thought Carrick was magnificent last Wednesday, Stan.
He was playing in a 2. I mean, I've been critical of him in a 2 about his mobility, but he was fantastic. But that was aided and abetted by the fact that Michael Essien nor Frank Lampard really tested them going forward, did they? He was nice and comfortable around the halfway line.
Rooney picks the ball up on the edge of the centre circle, tries to thread it out wide for Nani. Is he going to keep the ball in play? Yes, he is now. Moving towards the edge of the Chelsea penalty area. Ivanovic was back there, so he squares it to Rooney. Rooney back for Carrick once again now. Carrick is going to spray the ball beautifully wide to John O'Shea, who missed that first leg at the bridge last Wednesday. Now O'Shea in the right full-back position, advancing forward. Parks wide on the right-hand side, into the penalty area. The header, though, is cleared by Alex, only as far as Carrick, who heads it back towards Essien. Edge of the penalty area, heads it out, but it's going to fall again on this right-hand touchline to John O'Shea. He's seen the ball run out of play under pressure from Malouda, and it's going to be a throw into Chelsea midway inside their own half.
Well, in the open exchanges of football matches, players just finding their feet, despite the fact they've played each other so many times over the years. Lots of familiarity. Play your way into the first 15-20 minutes at tempo, and that tends to guide you through the rest of the game. Chelsea started much more lively than they did in the opening leg. A good early run from Ramirez in the middle of Manchester United's midfield, virtually to the edge of the 18-yard box, but stopped at source.
Well, both these sides with ambitions of reaching the UEFA Champions League final on home soil. And if they were to do that, they'd join only 2 other teams that have reached the Champions League final or the equivalent in their own country. Borussia Dortmund and Juventus have done it in 97 and 96 respectively. And as we move forward now, United have got the ball on the halfway line with Evra. On the overlap, though, for United is Nani. And United have dominated possession in the early stages of this game. 4 minutes gone. Manchester United 0, Chelsea 0, live on Talksport from Old Trafford. And don't forget, call Collymore after the game, where you can get reaction to the action and talk to Stan and Mark about what you've heard or indeed seen tonight. Ashley Cole has the ball now, but Park was there superbly to tackle him, but Cole was back there to win it back, and John Terry's given it away to Park now. Into the path though now of Hernandez, and Wayne Rooney's on the overlap on the right hand side, manages to get a cross over. He did wonderfully well to get the cross in, and now Hernandez is down in the 6-yard area. Looks as though he might have landed awkwardly, and it's a throw into Chelsea on that right hand side, but Hernandez has gone down again and may need treatment here as Essien has the ball.
Not looking good at all now, Nigel. He's down in the 6-yard box. Peter Cech just goes over to him. No sign yet of putting the ball out. He's limping. I'm not sure whether he just caught his ankle as Wayne Rooney whipped the ball from the right-hand side near the corner flag. Just seemed to go over.
Now Cole trying to find Torres, who's on his own up front right now, but that was easy for Vidic. Heads it back towards Van der Sar in the Manchester United goal. United do look so much more solid when Vidic and Ferdinand are together, and that stat that I mentioned earlier, United with 21 games that Ferdinand has been involved in haven't lost this season.
Jason Park as well, what a difference he's made, by the way. It was Chelsea down the left-hand side with Ashley Cole that picked the ball up. Who nicked the ball? Not once but twice. Jason Park that put Manchester United on the attack.
Well, there's a foul committed down that left-hand side. Nani is the man who's been brought down. It's a free kick to Manchester United in a dangerous position on the left-hand side of play. And just seeing a replay of it, there's no doubt that Nani was caught by Ivanovic, so it's going to be a free kick to Manchester United. Ryan Giggs is there standing over the ball on the left-hand side of the penalty area. So what can United make of this? Early stages of this second leg at Old Trafford. It's whipped across towards the 6-yard area, right into the arms of Peter Cech, and it remains United 0, Chelsea 0 on Talksport.
It was a good free kick position, wasn't it? Left-hand side of the 18-yard box, whipped in with the right foot by Nani. Excellent take though by Peter Cech, right at the top of the flight of the ball. United though just starting to get into their rhythm.
Now Rooney sprays the ball out wide to Park, who's had a great game last week at Stamford Bridge, and Rooney is there, but he's threaded it through to Giggs, eluded Anelka. Giggs' ball forward is poor by his high standards, as Ashley Cole is able to claim it back for Chelsea. Now Malouda takes it round John O'Shea, is running at pace, but Carrick is back there. Brilliant from Michael Carrick, backtracking at pace, timed his tackle to perfection, and all the way back to Van der Sar, who plays it short left now for Patrice Evra moving forward.
It's had all the hallmarks of a very good run, wasn't it, from Florian Malouda, almost in the left back area. He gets 20-30 yards on Jason Park, but Michael Carrick does as all defensive-minded midfielders should do, just cover, nicks the ball off and put United back on the attack. War of attrition at the moment, both sides having plenty of possession, not really getting into the final third, bar that one really good cross from Wayne Rooney that nobody was attacking at the far post.
Ancelotti has faced United 3 times in the Champions League before this, lost 4-3 in 1998-99 with Juventus, as Torres has the ball now on the edge of the penalty area, but he's dispossessed, and he manages to recover well and play the ball back towards Ramirez. And Chelsea coming forward here. Van der Sar's off his line, and is he caught? It looks as though he might have been caught by Ramirez, and Van der Sar may need some treatment here.
Well, it was good play by Chelsea. They moved the ball out to the left-hand side, and for once Ashley Cole had made the run forward. Left-hand side of the 18-yard box. I actually thought he may pull the trigger. He was in such good time and space to be able to see the whites of Edwin van der Sar's eyes. He decides to play it 5 yards to his right to Fernando Torres. His touch was a little bit heavy as he lays it back off to Ramirez. He's made 2 or 3 good runs, hasn't he? The Brazilian Ramirez down through the middle of Chelsea's midfield. Good first test.
Chelsea, of course, claimed they had a Stonewall penalty late on last week at Stamford Bridge, which it's hard to disagree with. So they can claim some ill fortune there. But the bottom line is there's still a goal down on aggregate. Manchester United 0, Chelsea 0 on the night here at Old Trafford. 8 minutes gone of this UEFA Champions League quarter-final second leg. Now Anelka wide right, moving forward for Chelsea now. Torres was looking for it, but Anelka's misread the situation and thrown the ball away from Torres, and it's forward now for Rooney. Back for Carrick. He's going to put it out wide here for John O'Shea. Moving towards the halfway line for Manchester United. Now Wayne Rooney on the right-hand side, back in the side tonight, but out again at the weekend at Wembley in the Cup semi-final because of suspension. And now here's O'Shea. Good challenge going in there from Malouda. O'Shea just took too long on it, and the challenge went in, but it's come off O'Shea, and Chelsea have got a throw in now on the halfway line. Ashley Cole is the man who's going to take it. Torres is showing for it, and now the ball short for Malouda. Back for Ashley Cole, but his ball back into the field of play is picked up nicely by Carrick. Up towards Hernandez, and now Wayne Rooney chips the ball forward for Park. Coming across is Alex. Park against Alex. Park's moving into the penalty area. John Terry with a good back track. And despite the back flick from Park, John Terry was the hero for Chelsea there because he did his job superbly. And Chelsea are able to bring it clear again now with Malouda moving quickly into the United half. Tried to find Anelka. Strong challenge from Ferdinand. United have it again now. Ryan Giggs on the halfway line. They lead 1-0 on aggregate, 0-0 on the night. Evra moving forward for Nani now. Chips the ball into the penalty area and Ryan Giggs is offside.
Well, it's almost a similar run that Ryan Giggs made for the goal in the first leg. He was in a little bit of a deeper position, in a central midfield position, just crossed the halfway line, played the ball out to Nani on the left and just carried on his run down the left-hand side of the 18-yard box. But the linesman on this side was in a fantastic position to look right along the line. And just having a look, looks like Rio Ferdinand might be struggling. He went in for that challenge, didn't he? I think with, not sure with this Frank Lampard, but he limps away. Always a worry for Manchester United when Rio Ferdinand goes down, and already Chris Smalling going through a vigorous warm-up.
Well, you have to be nervous for Rio Ferdinand. He's had a couple of months out with that calf injury. He was immense really in his performance at Chelsea last week when he partnered Vidic to a clean sheet at Stamford Bridge. St Johnstone 0, Celtic 1 is a full time in the SPL. That's an early kick-off tonight, so 3 points for Neil Lennon's men as Chelsea come forward again here. So we'll watch Rio Ferdinand closely and we'll see if he can run off this problem, because you do worry after a long-term injury. Now the ball whipped in from Lampard. There's nobody there though for Chelsea as it runs out of play, and Lampard was the target inside the penalty area. It's going to be a throw into Manchester United on this near side. John O'Shea is going to take it. So far so good for the home side, but we'll have to keep a close eye on Ferdinand because he is still moving gingerly. Now forward for Chelsea. Ramirez plays the ball short for Lampard with his back to goal. It's out wide now for Ivanovic. What can Chelsea make of this? Down the channel for Anelka. This is good from Chelsea, having a go early on, which they have to do because they're a goal down, remember. Ball played short again for Ivanovic. Back down towards Anelka. He's taking on Evra. Plays it into the penalty area, and there's a flash header from Torres, and it's gone wide of the right-hand post. Was never going to test Van der Sar. But we tend to forget very easily that Torres had a couple of good chances at Stamford Bridge last week.
Yeah, just having a look, Nigel. Rio Ferdinand really is struggling in that central defensive berth, really hobbling quite heavily. Good move by Chelsea though in the final third. They were patient, weren't they? They made sure that when Branislav Ivanovic had the ball right hand side of the 18-yard box, Anelka overlapped him, brought the ball onto his left foot and whipped it in, and Fernando Torres on the penalty spot with a decent header just wide of the post.
Rooney's taking it round. Ashley Cole to the byline, cuts the ball across. Hernandez has got his back to goal. Park's calling for it. Hernandez has twisted and turned into the penalty area. Oh, it's put behind for a corner to Manchester United. That was excellent build-up work.
Well, they've got two excellent wide players on the pitch, Nani and Giggs. Giggs playing in the central midfield area, but either of those would have been very proud of the work that Wayne Rooney and Xavi Hernandez did, both working down the right-hand side in tandem. Rooney first whips it hard and low into the 18-yard box. Hernandez takes a touch, brings it back outside the 18-yard box and whips in another ball. Ryan Giggs gets the corner at the scoreboard end.
Ferdinand is complaining of a knee injury as Giggs whips the ball in now. It's headed away by Lampard into the path of Torres though, who moves away at pace. He's being tracked by O'Shea, holds the ball up, being booed by the United fans, and a good challenge from Carrick in the end there, but it falls into the path of Ivanovic, and now here's Anelka. And just to reiterate, I was keeping a close eye on Ferdinand there as they were preparing to take the corner. He was pointing towards his right knee, so he may need a bit of treatment on that, because he is still walking uncomfortably, and you wouldn't want him really tested for pace in a position like that, and he's got Torres in between him and Vidic right now. Moving forward, Malouda for Chelsea. Ashley Cole's on the overlap now, almost level with the edge of the United penalty area. Ashley Cole still moving forward. He's taken it round Park, and he's whipped the ball across, and now here's Torres with his back to goal, plays it short for Anelka with a shot. It's just curled wide of the left-hand post. That'll act as a warning to United.
Well, United had plenty of players in good defensive positions, particularly in midfield, to just park in front of the back four, but Chelsea utilised width, and Ashley Cole got right the way to the byline. Diggs in a fantastic cross. I think it was flicked on by John O'Shea at the near post, and it ends up with Fernando Torres. You thought he might just be able to swivel and turn and get the shot on the penalty spot. He doesn't. He lays it to the edge of the D. There's Nicolas Anelka, top of the foot, just wide of Edwin van der Sar's left hand. Good play by Chelsea. It just shows they can play with width. 7
goals in 8 Champions League appearances this season for Nicolas Anelka, and Rio Ferdinand still walking with some discomfort as Wayne Rooney sees the keeper off his line, and from about 30 yards out, a powerful rasping right foot drive into the arms of Peter Cech.
Excellent effort. Worth an effort when Peter Cech certainly wasn't expecting it. Ball just punted upfield. Hernandez nods it back down, and he's just in front of Michael Essien in the defensive midfield area for Chelsea, so decides to get the shot off. Top of the foot, beautifully executed, right into the midriff of Cech.
13 goals this season for Rooney. Malouda coming forward for Chelsea now at pace. He's in the penalty area. Plays it square here for Lampard, and it's well held by the keeper. Van der Sar down to his right. Good build-up work from Chelsea. Still 0-0 on the night.
Oh, that's a glorious chance for Chelsea. They're back on the front foot, but Frank Lampard presented with an opportunity, unmarked, from 12 yards. Just side-footed it down to Edwin van der Sar's right hand. Should have really topped that and made the goalkeeper make the save.
Anelka now plays the ball out wide to the left-hand side, and Ashley Cole. Chelsea pressing here, but that's a poor delivery. Can't deliver it into the penalty area. It goes straight out of play at the Stretford end, and Manchester United will have themselves a goal kick here. We're approaching 16 minutes gone here at Old Trafford in the second leg of the UEFA Champions League quarter-final on Talksport, and it's Manchester United 0, Chelsea 0. And for more in-play live odds and markets, visit sportingbet.com, the home of in-play betting.
Well, Chelsea are doing what they didn't do in the first leg. They're getting people in advanced midfield positions running with the ball. Florian Malouda, Ramirez, Ashley Cole is coming from left full back. Frank Lampard's running with the ball, as is Nicolas Anelka, and it's causing no little problems at the moment for United.
Chelsea have had 59% of the possession so far as they move forward now with Malouda again, but Park holds the ball up. Now here's Giggs just inside the United half, moving forward at pace as Park now takes delivery of the ball and squares it across towards that far side, and Nani threaded back through, and off his line is Cech with Hernandez threatening at pace as the ball ran loose. Good keeping in the end from the Chelsea man, and the ball's out wide with Ivanovic. Referee's blown up for a free kick on that far side as Nani ran away with the ball, but a foul was committed on Ivanovic.
You certainly feel sorry for somebody like Jason Park, don't you? Whenever he plays, gives 100%. He has no little quality in midfield. It's not just about getting back and ratting around and nicking the ball. He can create as well. You just see there, he comes off the right hand side, plays the ball inland to Carrick, receives his pass, and then looks to play through Xavier Hernandez with a beautiful defence splitting pass.
Torres with a header wide on the right hand side. It's going to go out of play level with the edge of the United penalty, in fact inside the United penalty area, so it's going to be a throw into the home side, wide on the left hand touchline. 0-0 on Talksport, live from Old Trafford tonight. And now here's Rooney on the left hand side, and he threads the ball through superbly for Hernandez. The flag has stayed down. Hernandez is wide left though as he tries to whip the ball across for Rooney, and the ball is well played by Alex there, doing some sterling defensive work. Thought the flag might have gone up there, Stan.
Yeah, but I think that Alex did very well to defend it over in the right channel. Not the quickest Alex, certainly you don't want him time after time in the right hand side of the 18-yard box, particularly against a speed merchant like Hernandez, but I think it held him up very well. United get the corner.
Nani's going to take this corner on the left hand side of play, right footed towards the edge of the 6-yard area. Alex is there once again for Chelsea to get it clear, and surely that's a foul by Anelka. It is on Ryan Giggs. Giggs was backtracking, and Anelka just went into the back of him. Free kick taken now, and Evra's on the left hand side with Nani on the overlap. Still 0-0 on Talksport. Back towards the edge of the penalty area. Ramirez doing some good defensive work now for Chelsea, and he's breaking at pace. They're going to have to close him down here. He's charging through the middle, midway inside the Manchester United half now. Torres holds the ball up. He plays it out wide to the left hand side, and Malouda charging after it, and John O'Shea has caught him, and that is a challenge which surely is going to glean a yellow card for John O'Shea, because he caught Malouda. It was an ill-timed challenge. Malouda went over 3 times as a somersault, and it's a yellow card for John O'Shea.
Well, I think that Chelsea will have identified John O'Shea as a potential weak link. Again, he's not Raphael when it comes to speed in Manchester United's right full-back area, so attack him, have a go at him, test him, make him go backwards. And we've seen Ashley Cole do that, 3 or 4 times. We've seen Florian Malouda do it. Frank Lampard gets a really good free kick opportunity just to the left of the 18-yard box. He's going to whip this in between penalty spot and edge of 6-yard box.
Lampard now. Could this be the moment for Torres? Not with a free kick like that, because it's gone straight over the crossbar. He dipped a little bit, but whilst he's aiming for a target man, that was a poor delivery, and you don't see Lampard do that many times.
Well, at this level of football, with such a fine margin of success and failure, that counts as an opportunity. Frank Lampard on the ball, whipping in the ball towards the penalty spot. You've got 5 or 6 Chelsea players looking to run across the line and get a little flick on it. Instead it goes over. That's a chance. That qualifies as a chance.
Definitely. O'Shea now wide on the right hand side, takes delivery of the ball from Ferdinand, who has perhaps shaken off that knock to the knee. He's looking a little bit more comfortable now, Stan, so maybe he's run it off, which is good news. But you do get nervous for a player when he's been out for a couple of months. Played that game last Wednesday at the Bridge. And now Nani comes forward for Rooney outside the penalty area, holds the ball up, but Anelka goes in there with a strong challenge and puts it out of play. United have won a throw in. Chelsea think they've got it, but it came off Anelka, and it's a throw into the home side midway inside the Chelsea half. It's taken short towards Michael Carrick now. Giggs is available if Rooney wants to use him, but he goes all the way across from left to right towards O'Shea now. Here's Park on the right hand side, back inside towards John O'Shea. Already booked tonight, just a few moments ago. Carrick holds the ball up again, and for Rooney, that's delightful ball out wide to O'Shea. Can he get a quality ball in? He can, but Alex is there with a header. As far as Park on the edge of the penalty area. Now Giggs is there. The referee has to duck down and let the ball run over him. Giggs has lost a boot, and meanwhile Chelsea are coming forward at pace. Ramirez has spotted Anelka on the overlap on the right hand side. Vidic has got it all under control, as you would expect, and it's wide on the left hand side. He's put it down the channel, and Ramirez is going to pick the ball up now again, and here come Chelsea once again. Essien short for Malouda with a shot, blocked by Carrick into the path of John Terry on the halfway line. He heads it wide. Ashley Cole picks it up. Chelsea dominating possession at the moment.
Very good game, isn't it? Certainly Chelsea are creating many more problems down the middle furrow of the pitch, goal to goal if you like, than they did in the first game. It's almost vintage Chelsea in the way that they're causing problems. Good 1 and 2 touch football. Manchester United very dangerous on the counter though.
Hernandez running forward at pace as Rooney delivers the ball wide to the right hand side. It looks as though it's run out of play for him, and Park is on the touchline, and
I think there's a little bit of a clash of heads with John Terry, wasn't there?
Let's check in with our touchline reporter tonight, Don McGuinness. Don, what's happening with Park?
Well, it was just a challenge with John Terry. He's just come off the worst. He was straight over to the sideline. Rob Swire, the Manchester United physio, is just patching him up now. There's a bit of claret on show, but I think he's going to be fine. I mean, he's so keen to get straight back on. They're just trying to tidy him up a bit. Of course, he might have to lose the shirt if there's any blood on it. Just get him patched up, Nigel.
Cheers, Dom. Ashley Cole on the left-hand side now as Chelsea come forward once again with Malouda. Now here's Lampard, edge of the penalty area. Tries to take it round Ferdinand. Wide to Cole again. He whips it in for Torres. He's got his back to goal. What can Torres do here? Unleashes a left foot shot, but it didn't set up well for him, and it fell in the end to Anelka. His shot went wide of the right-hand post. It remains Manchester United 0, Chelsea 0.
Well, certainly in the opening, 22, 23 minutes of this game, Chelsea have been more of an attacking threat than they were in the 90 minutes at Stamford Bridge. Very well organised. When United have had the ball down the right and the left-hand side of the 18-yard box and whip balls in, Alex, John Terry have defended very well. Michael Essien has been the anchor, sat in front of the back four tonight, allowing Malouda, Frank Lampard and Ramirez all to get forward, and get forward they have.
And if you have just joined us on Talksport tonight, Didier Drogba is on the bench for Chelsea. Torres plays with Anelka wide right, Malouda wide left, and Drogba is on the bench. Your thoughts on that after the game? He could come on and be a hero for Chelsea yet, you never know. As Lampard goes down on the left-hand side, and it's going to be a free kick to Chelsea. Our referee from Portugal, Olegario Benjuarenca, has given the free kick to Malouda. Now here's Lampard, and Chelsea again enjoying plenty of possession. And the ball spread out wide from Ramirez towards Ivanovic. Whips the ball into the penalty area. Vidic is there to get it clear on that right touchline. And again, Ivanovic will hold the ball up and plays it short for Ramirez. What can Chelsea make of this now? Ashley Cole with acres of space on the left-hand side. Trying to close him down here now. Manchester United with John O'Shea. Lampard is there. Squares it for Ramirez and puts it into the penalty area. And Vidic just backtracks and allows the ball to go all the way through to Edwin van der Sar.
Just a little bit too forced then by Chelsea. Ashley Cole again for the umpteenth time in this half gets to the left-hand side of the 18-yard box. plays it into Frank Lampard, who's on the edge of the 18-yard box, roughly around the left-hand side of the D. He lays it off to Ramirez. Ramirez just forces the pass, tries a defence-splitting pass rather than maybe going wide right to Nicolas Anelka and Branislav Ivanovic. That's backed him up exceptionally well.
Make or break for Chelsea, it has to be said. And Carlo Ancelotti, the manager, plenty of experience, of course, has been at the highest level for many years, but this will define Chelsea's season tonight over the course of the next 65 minutes, possibly longer. It's 0-0 at the moment. United have that one goal lead from Stamford Bridge, but just one goal for Chelsea here, bearing in mind it'd be an away goal as well. That would do it to go into extra time if it was 1-0 to Chelsea. Long way to go here at Old Trafford tonight on Talksport. The UEFA Champions League. Manchester United 0, Chelsea 0. Chelsea dominating possession so far, and they've had 6 attempts on goal, 1 on target. For more in-play live odds and markets, visit sportingbet.com, the home of in-play betting. Giggs now moving towards the halfway line for United. O'Shea's on the overlap, plays it back inside for Ryan Giggs, who delightfully squares the ball towards Patrice Evra, who's played 31 Premier League games for United this season. He's such a reliable left full-back for Sir Alex Ferguson, as Rooney now tries to thread the ball away towards Giggs, and now Giggs has won it back for Manchester United. Sloppy from Chelsea as they had the opportunity to break, and now moving forward for United is Evra once again, back inside towards Giggs. On the overlap is Patrice Evra one more time. Ramirez is backtracking and has given away the corner to Manchester United. What can they make of this at 0-0 with just under 20 minutes to go in this first half? Coming across to take it, Nani. Over on that far side, Manchester United attacking left to right as we look from just over the halfway line here at Old Trafford. Nani with the corner, it's a high one towards the far side of the penalty area. Terry heads it away, but Wayne Rooney is able to pick it up on the right-hand touchline. He's going to whip the ball in. Oh, the offside flag has gone up. Hernandez put the ball in the net. It was a beautiful delivery, absolutely magnificent delivery, but Hernandez, who put the ball in the net, the flag went up immediately. Offside, still 0-0 on the night.
Yes, and the linesman had his flag up straight away. He saw it, but what a ball from Wayne Rooney. He comes up against Michael Essien, that's having to fill in at left back. Just having a look along the line, I make him just about onside, Javier Hernandez, but what a beautiful ball. It takes one to know one. Wayne Rooney knows the kind of ball that he would want to get on the end of, whips it to the near post. Hernandez gambles, heads it in. Offside.
That was a magnificent ball in from Rooney.
And it was, like I say, strikers know what other strikers want. You know, if you whip it into the near post, you're hoping that somebody makes the run. There isn't a better predatory striker in the English game than Javier Hernandez. He will get, if he plays the requisite amount of games, he will get his 25 Premier League goals next season. Wonderful gambled run at the near post. Unfortunately offside.
Manchester United millimetres away from taking the lead on the night. A perfect ball from Rooney. Hernandez, 17 goals this season, millimetres offside from making it 18. Brilliant play from Rooney, wide on the right-hand side. It's Manchester United 0, Chelsea 0. United 1-0 up on aggregate. 27 minutes into this Champions League quarter-final second leg tie on Talksport. Don't forget, after the game, react to the action with Call Collymore, 08717 223344. You can text us on 81089, you can tweet at TS Collymore. And now here's O'Shea with the throw. And looking there towards Hernandez, who just put that ball in the net moments ago, but was marginally offside. It was a close call, but to be fair to the assistant referee on this near side, it was a quick decision. He didn't hesitate, the flag went up the moment the ball was kicked from Rooney.
I think we're in a good position because we're looking from this right-hand side, pretty much where, along the line of sight where Wayne Rooney would have whipped the ball in, and as soon as it left his foot, the linesman's flag went up. At least he made a quick decision, didn't leave it for 2 or 3 seconds after the ball ended up in the back of the net.
So United come forward again with Evra on the left-hand side. Nani's on the overlap, but there's Ramirez for Chelsea. Moving forward now towards Malouda, who's been in the thick of the action tonight so far for Chelsea. It's 0-0 on the night, but if you've just joined us, Manchester United have just had the ball in the back of the net through Hernandez, but it was ruled out for offside, but it was a close call. marginal. And now Chelsea have the ball just inside the United half. Ramirez, short for Anelka, playing deep here. Puts it on his right foot and sprays it out wide for Ashley Cole, who has to head it back towards Essien. First time. Essien's been fairly quiet tonight, but hasn't done anything wrong. Lampard on the overlap is Ashley Cole, puts it into the box, and Ferdinand is there with a simple touch from Michael Carrick, and it falls to Ryan Giggs, and Park is there, but his first touch is poor. He should have trapped the ball and turned and moved forward. Instead he decided to try and tap it back towards Giggs, and it was intercepted, and it's a throw into Manchester United on this near side.
Well, Ashley Cole has got down the left-hand side almost as much as an out-and-out winger tonight, but his final delivery has been poor, hasn't it? If you're Fernando Torres, you want one of those balls in that Wayne Rooney just whipped in for Xavier Hernandez. But virtually every time he's got into a good crossing position, bar one, which was aided and abetted by...
Now here's Anelka, the ball's run loose, and Van der Sar is out of his penalty area. He's had to make the challenge and has put it out for a throw-in on that far side.
Oh, Van der Sar turned on the turbo jets, then came right out of his 18-yard box on that left. He thought Anelka had done him for pace and was going to go around him, and maybe as the angle was tightening, slot the ball into an empty net. Instead he put the ball out. Great play by the Dutchman.
Absolutely right. And Anelka again now wide on the right-hand side, puts it into the penalty area. It's headed clear, or it's cleared I should say, by Vidic. And now United come forward with Park. Rooney's on the run, moving forward, but Alex is across. And it's a well-timed run by Alex, and he puts it forward, and now United have won it back, and there's a strong challenge gone in. Was it Rooney? It looks as though it's going to be a free kick to Chelsea.
No, it's Branislav Ivanovic.
Ivanovic is the man who's suffering from Ryan Giggs.
Just have a look at our monitor, Nigel. Branislav Ivanovic, get up, man.
That reaction at all, is
not touched him, Ryan Giggs. He's gone in, pulled out at the last minute. Virtually no contact. Ivanovic has gone rolling over.
That's poor. Giggs, who last week at Stamford Bridge became United's oldest player in UEFA Champions League action. Laurent Blanc was the man who held that honour before Ryan Giggs last Wednesday at the Bridge, but that was poor from Ivanovic. Maybe slightly ill-timed by Giggs, but there was no contact. Lampard now, 0-0 on Talksport. Manchester United and Chelsea, so United still hold that 1-0 lead on aggregate. Ivanovic getting booed by the United fans, and quite rightly so now. Lampard edge of the penalty area. Ivanovic is on the overlap. He's got it back and tries to whip the ball back into the penalty area. Vidic is there, and it's a corner to Chelsea.
I'll tell you what, he's been a threat, hasn't he, though, Ivanovic attacking down the right-hand side. Perhaps you wouldn't expect him to do that as much as Jose Bisingwa, for example, but real pace. Power drives into the box, cannons off the United defender, corner Chelsea.
Stretford end, Lampard puts it across, aiming there for Terry and Alex. Neither of them can make a proper connection. Wayne Rooney has got it and moving away at pace now. Hernandez is on the overlap, looking for Nani on the left-hand touchline. United coming forward at pace. Rooney's charging forward in the middle, calling for it. Oh, and Nani's been fouled on the right-hand side. Ramirez is the man, it's got to be a yellow. And Ramirez, if Chelsea go through, would miss the semi-final through suspension. That is a clumsy challenge by Ramirez.
One he had to make though, Nigel. Classic counter-attack. Think Manchester United against Arsenal a couple of seasons ago, where they went on a 10-second rampage down the end of the pitch and ended up scoring as Nani breaks to the left-hand side of the 18-yard box. He quickly checks back on his right foot. Ramirez body checks him. It's a good job it wasn't a yard inside, otherwise that was a penalty. Ramirez will miss the next match in the UEFA Champions League should Chelsea bypass Manchester United. Good free kick position for United. Giggs and Rooney stand over it.
Giggs and Rooney then just on the apex of the penalty area. Giggs is the man who puts it towards the 6-yard area. The header is clear from Malouda. There were one or two appeals from United for handball, but Torres has latched onto it on the halfway line. Ever is there with a strong, powerful header, and Giggs is backtracking superbly for Manchester United to put it all the way back towards Van der Sar, and United will start again. Michael Carrick squares it for Vidic, and now here's Ferdinand. We remind you earlier, Ferdinand was in some discomfort with a knee injury, but it looks as though he's run that off now. Park moving forward on the right-hand side. 0-0. You're with Talksport, live at Old Trafford in the UEFA Champions League. Nigel Pearson and Stan Collymore talking you through the action. Don McGuinness pitch side. Mark Saggers pulling it all together for us tonight as well. And Mark and Stan will be taking your calls after the game. We call Collymore live from Old Trafford. 08717 223344. John O'Shea now wide on the right hand touchline, short towards Rooney. The atmosphere is superb inside Old Trafford, the theatre of dreams. Will it be a special European night once again for the home side? As they move forward now with Nani. Giggs is there on the overlap on the left-hand side. Carrick's calling for it. The ball's just inside the Chelsea half. 0-0 it is on the night. 1-0 on aggregate to Manchester United, courtesy of Wayne Rooney. How he answered his critics just days after being literally under the microscope, literally in front of the camera. Now Rooney towards the byline, whips the ball across. As a deflection from Ashley Cole. Wayne Rooney says it was off his hand or his arm, but it's into the arms of Petr Cech, and he brings it forward quickly for Essien. Now for Anelka, Lampard, Ramirez wide on the right hand side. They're coming forward at pace on the break, and Ramirez tries to whip the ball towards the penalty area. Ferdinand and O'Shea are there. O'Shea is the man who got it clear towards Park. And now Torres closes down O'Shea, puts it out of play. 0-0, 10 minutes to the break.
Well, Fernando Torres has still been feeding on scraps, hasn't he? Hasn't had any real clear opportunities whipped in the box for him. He's chasing around. I wonder, as we get towards half-time, with the temptation maybe to go with Didier Drogba 10 or 15 minutes into the second half, or even leave Drogba for the last 20 minutes and bring Yossi Benayoun. Of course, Benayoun and Torres have played together on the same wavelength for Liverpool.
Now up towards the halfway line. Manchester United have the ball with Nani towards Vidic now. And there's a foul committed on the halfway line. Anelka involved. Nani's there as well. And in fact it was it Ivanovic who was getting involved? It was, because Anelka was the man who stepped away. I didn't see the incident myself, but it was Ivanovic who committed that foul, and one or two words with the referee, but it's all calmed down, no problem. And now here's O'Shea on the halfway line. Moving forward now for Manchester United. Chelsea have had 56% of possession in this first half. For more in-play live odds and markets, visit sportingbet.com, the home of in-play betting. There's a free kick to Chelsea just outside the penalty area. Chelsea marginally the better side in the first half so far, Stan?
I think without a doubt they've taken the game to Manchester United as we expected to. Not only have they been good down the middle furrow of the pitch, as I mentioned, goal to goal, but down the left-hand side with Malouda and with Ashley Cole. The only real criticism is the delivery when they have got into good crossing positions hasn't been good. Manchester United, conversely, have put some excellent balls in, particularly Wayne Rooney over on that right-hand side.
Free kick for Manchester United, edge of the centre circle. Hernandez has been brought down, and he was tripped there, it seemed, by Essien. In fact, it wasn't Essien, it was Malouda, and it's going to be a yellow card for Florent Malouda.
Well, so, he luckily isn't one of the ones on a yellow, so he wouldn't miss the next game. But it was John Terry that was a little bit rash first, trying to pull Xavi Hernandez on the back, and then as the cavalry came in, Michael Essien and Florent Malouda just made sure Hernandez went to ground. Fernando Torres is going to get a talking to as well.
To be fair, Malouda did take his leg straight from under him. It's a fair yellow card, there's no doubt about it. And now the ball's on the left-hand side with Evra down the channel towards Nani. It's a nice little back flick into the penalty area. Evra is there, but Ramirez tidies up nicely and puts it out of play for a throw-in on that far side. We remind you, if you've just joined us on Talksport, United have had the ball in the net once. Rooney's cross for Hernandez, who was marginally offside. It was the delightful run and ball in from Rooney, but it didn't count, so it's still 0-0 on the night with 7.5 minutes remaining in this first half. Live on Talksport, UEFA Champions League quarter-final, second leg. Manchester United 0, Chelsea 0. And Chelsea have had the majority of possession, and now they move forward aiming for Fernando Torres, who couldn't get anywhere near the ball. He does look isolated tonight, Stan. He's all on his own.
It's all about service for strikers, and he isn't one of those strikers, for example, like a Carlos Tevez that can make things happen for himself. He can turn, he can run at players, he can create. He is an animal that is defined on service. If you keep giving it to him, he'll score goals and more goals.
Nani now, almost to the byline, deep inside the Chelsea half. Ivanovic is closing him down, he's running out of options. Will he take it round him? He does. Puts it on his right foot, fakes to go back inside, plays it for Evra instead. Evra plays it into the box for Rooney. It's cleared off the byline by Ramirez into the path of Giggs. A lovely first time ball out wide to O'Shea. Now, if United could score here, it would break Chelsea's dominance and break Chelsea's hearts. But that ball from O'Shea is poor. He left it short for Park, and now Malouda picks it up for Chelsea, midway inside the Chelsea half. O'Shea's on him, trying to challenge him, but it falls to Lampard. Lampard now back towards Ashley Cole, up towards Malouda on the left-hand touchline. It goes all the way back to Petacek, who has to launch it wide right for Ivanovic. This is all well and good, Chelsea enjoying possession, but it's in their own half. They've got to throw it forward, and that desperation will become greater the longer the game goes on, particularly in the last 10 to 15 minutes if the score stays like this and they're chasing the game. Anelka tried to find Torres, but there was Evra. He read the situation perfectly, and now Evra with two players on him. Ivanovic is one, Ramirez is the other, but Evra still going strong. It falls towards Nani, and now Rooney on the edge of the centre circle. This is good from Manchester United. O'Shea moving forward now with Giggs on the overlap. Giggs puts it on his left foot. He's going to whip it into the penalty area. Alex is there, but it's only going to fall on that far side towards Nani. Ivanovic is closing him down. Nani's in the penalty area now. Does the sidestep, does the overstep, the step over, and there's the block from Malouda, and now it falls towards O'Shea on the right-hand side. Relentless Manchester United pressure here. 0-0 on the night, 1-0 on aggregate. Nani, left-footed shot, it's low, it's weak, and wide of the left-hand post.
Well, I think that when United have attacked centrally, I think that Chelsea have been exceptional in getting in blocks. They've been nice and touch-tight all around the edge of the 18-yard box. Malouda there with a really good block on Nani. Just tracked the run of Nani. Wasn't tempted to go down. Stayed on his feet. That's the watchword, isn't it? Stay on your feet.
5 minutes to half-time on Talksport. Manchester United 0, Chelsea 0. And John Terry has just piled into the back of Hernandez. I think there's a bit of an overreaction from Hernandez again there. He's pushed into the back of him. And now the United fans putting pressure on the referee, but that was just one of those challenges. Yeah, it was a little bit over the top from Terry, but I don't think it warranted a reaction like that from Hernandez.
No, and that's one of the problems of the modern game, is that for a referee, his first thought is, I've seen it, I'm going to blow and I'm going to give it. And then as you see a player rolling over, the doubt then springs in the player's mind, saying that John Terry just seen it. And I'll be honest about it, Chicharito goes up, he actually jumps into John Terry's elbow. To be fair, I thought there might be a chance of John Terry bringing his elbow down on young Xavi Hernandez, but he didn't. But then a player decides to roll over. We saw it with Branislav Ivanovic. Hernandez has done it. It sows the seed of doubt in a referee's mind. Do I give a yellow or do I go all the way and give a red?
Ball's on the right-hand side for O'Shea now. John Terry yellow carded then here at Old Trafford. So has Ramirez. That means he will miss the next match. The semi-final, if Chelsea go through, Ramirez would miss the next match. Ball's on the edge of the level with the edge of the penalty area. It's a throw into Manchester United. Level with the edge of the Chelsea penalty area. Short for Park now. We've got 3 minutes to half-time. Rooney with a back flick towards Giggs. Oh, is that a handball off Essien? Yes, it is. And now there's a free kick to Manchester United just outside the Chelsea penalty area on the right-hand side as they look at it.
It's an excellent free kick position as well. Right on the right-hand corner of the 18-yard box. Absolutely asking for Ryan Giggs with his left foot to be able to either, when you're taking a position from this area, you're looking to aim in an area, so between penalty spot and 6-yard box, but with Ryan Giggs' ability, he will think, if I bypass Hernandez, Vidic, Rooney that are running across the line of sight, that it might nick in at the far post. So Ryan Giggs, having been in this position many, many times, will be aware, let's try and get somebody to get a flick on. If they don't, let's bend it in the far post.
Nani with the free kick. Vidic is there with a header, but a challenge went in from Alex as well. It's going to fall to Carrick. Rooney's well outside the penalty area, will whip the ball across to the right-hand side, and Giggs, who first-time ball, plays it short for O'Shea. Lovely through ball for Giggs into the penalty area. Ryan Giggs, and Manchester United have taken the lead, and turning away to celebrate is Hernandez. Giggs is the man who's made that goal in Manchester. Hernandez has finished it. Manchester United are 1 up on the night. They're 2-0 up on aggregate. We're in the last 2 minutes of the first half, and that now will break down Chelsea's resistance.
Fine margins. Nicolas Anelka didn't go close enough to Ryan Giggs. He was stood in the left back position when the ball came out to Ryan Giggs. didn't go with him, and as Giggs breaks in to the right hand side of the 18-yard box, he does what I suggested he should have done from the free kick, whips it hard and low, bending in towards the far post, asking a Manchester United player to tap it in. Javier Hernandez does that, and surely Manchester United are headed towards the Champions League semi-finals. 1-0 here at Old Trafford on Talksport.
1 minute to half-time. How many times have I said in commentary, football can be a cruel, cruel game. Chelsea have had plenty of possession. They've dominated parts of this game, but they haven't been able to break Manchester United down. And Javier Hernandez, with his 18th goal of the season, has scored for United. It means we will not have extra time tonight, whatever happens. United are 2-0 up on aggregate. And now it's a tall order for Chelsea as Giggs moves towards the penalty area. Ramirez is there, and he's put it out for a throw-in on that far side for Manchester United.
Well, as Nani goes over to the corner of the scoreboard stand to raise the hackles of the crowd, everybody's bristling now. United have got the cushion that they wanted. I mean, it has been counter-attacking stuff from United. Certainly Chelsea have dominated possession of the football, but they've got their noses in front crucially. Can Chelsea, unlikely, come back to score 2 goals? I have to say I doubt it.
1 minute of added time, a minimum of 1 minute of added time at the end of this first half, and Ryan Giggs really is a remarkable character, isn't he? Still delivering top quality balls into the penalty area. He's the oldest Manchester United player in the Champions League. That's happened last Wednesday at Stamford Bridge. Laurent Blanc was the previous oldest Manchester United player to represent them in the Champions League, and yet here he is still going strong. United coming forward again. Nani threads it towards Park. Chelsea under pressure to score goals. They have to chase the game now, and they've got a man up front in Torres. Sorry to rub it in, yet to score in a Chelsea shirt. Surely it's only a matter of time before Didier Drogba comes on. Could the stage be set for a heroic recovery inspired by Drogba? He's warming up as we speak, and I'm sure he'll spend all of the half-time interval warming up as well, Stan.
Yes, and as the half-time whistle goes, the United faithful rise as one here at the Theatre of Dreams, and United on course to fulfil their dreams in the Champions League. A wonderful goal created by Ryan Giggs, 2 assists in 2 quarter-finals. Chelsea did boss the first half, there's no doubt about that. They were better in the play but weren't clinical enough in front of goal. 37 years and 134 days old, Ryan Giggs, Manchester United's oldest UEFA Champions League player, supplied the ball for Hernandez to supply the finish. 1-0 up on the night, 2-0 on aggregate.
Nigel, Pearson and Stan Collymore, your commentators here on Talksport and Kickoff. And, well, Chelsea have had their moments, but Manchester United look like the complete side. And I think one of the real problems that Chelsea have, and we'll talk more to Stan Collymore about that in a short while, is that Chelsea haven't learnt how to play with Fernando Torres up front. And one other interesting moment right on the half-time whistle, Ancelotti and his number 2 both told the players not to warm up out on the pitch at half-time, the substitutes. They said, we want you all back in the dressing room. Wonder if they're going to make any half-time changes. It's only one way for Chelsea now. They've got to score twice. 2 goals will see them through. It looks a tall order to me. Manchester United in front, in command, lead Chelsea by 1-0 on the night, by 2-0 on aggregate. Don't miss what will be a fascinating, furious second half here at Old Trafford, with Kickoff and Talksport and Ford, official sponsors of the UEFA Champions League.
UEFA Champions League football live on Talksport with Ford, official vehicle supplier to the UEFA Champions League since 1992.
Planned a weekend on the sofa, got home, taxi out front, he'd packed my bags and checked in for a flight to Milan on the way.
Really?
We had a delicious Italian sandwich and a Pinot Grigio, all included.
That's a novelty these days.
Landed 30 minutes from town and found a beautiful cafe by the Duomo in time to see the lights turned on.
What a cheap date then.
All that for just £49 one way.
Amazing Finds, a product of Lufthansa. One-way flights to Europe from just £49. Book today at lufthansa.com. Terms and conditions apply, subject to £4 handling fee. Lufthansa. There's no better way to fly.
Need a tradesman you can trust? You need trustatrader.com, because we only recommend dependable, fully qualified tradesmen. From builders and drainage specialists to plumbers and electricians, trustatrader.com is fast and easy. Just log on, type in your postcode and the type of trade you need for an up-to-the-minute list of fully qualified tradesmen in your area. You can even see their previous work. It's a doddle. So, the next time you need a tradesman you can trust, visit trustatrader.com. The best recommendation there is.
It's a double rollover. So here's to those who open the door when opportunity knocks, who throw back the covers, get out there and seize the day. The ones who can't wait for the £10 million double rollover this Wednesday. Think Lotto. Games rules and procedures apply. Players must be 16 or over. Jackpot amount is an estimate.
If your chip windscreen cracks, it could cost you your insurance excess. So get it repaired by Autoglass. As most insurers recommend us, there's no need to call them. And if you fully comp, a repair is usually free and won't affect your no claims.
Call Autoglass directly on 0800 234 234 or book online at autoglass.co.uk.
Autoglass repair, Autoglass replace.
Live UEFA Champions League football on Talksport with Ford, founding sponsor of the UEFA Champions League.
Richard Keys and Andy Gray on Talksport.
It's a goal!
Exclusive interviews.
Brian Robson, good morning, Brian.
Morning, Richard. Morning, Andy.
David Moyes.
Morning, boys. How you doing?
Ruud, good morning.
Good morning.
Frank Bruno. Now, you can't come and not say it, can you?
What's that?
Your catchphrase.
No, I mean, Harry.
Hi, I'm Richard Keys.
And I'm Andy Gray.
Don't forget you can join us every weekday on Talksport
from 10 till 1.
Richard Keys and Andy Gray. Tomorrow morning from 10.
Right place, right time.
On Talksport. On DAB Digital Radio and 1089 and 1053 AM. Kick-off Champions League live on Talksport.
You're listening to Kick-Off on Talksport with the Ford, official sponsors of the UEFA Champions League. I'm Mark Saggers, live from Old Trafford. And on the final whistle, your chance to have your final say on all the day's action. It's Manchester United 1, Chelsea 0 at half-time. Hernandez, a minute from half-time, with the vital goal to put United 2 up on aggregate. It's Shakhtar 0, Barcelona 1. Lionel Messi with the goal for Barcelona. 6-1 up on aggregate and going through possibly to a match against Real Madrid, who are 4 up on Spurs. That game, of course, with full coverage here on Talksport tomorrow night. Let's look at the Championship. What a night it is too. Barnsley 0, the leaders, Queen's Park Rangers 1. Derby 0, Leeds United 0. Doncaster 0, Preston 0. Ipswich 1, Middlesbrough 2. Leicester City 0, Crystal Palace 1. Millwall 0, Bristol City 0. Forest 0, Burnley 0. Portsmouth 0, Coventry 1. Scunthorpe 0, Reading 0. Sheffield United 0, Cardiff 1. Swansea 0, Hull City 0. And Watford 2, Norwich City 1. In League 1, Brighton 2, Dagenham and Redbridge 1. If it stays that way, Brighton are up to the Championship tonight. Orient 0, Carlisle 0. Rochdale 2, Southampton 0. Walsall 1, Brentford 1. Yeovil 1, Notts County 0. And in League 2, just one game tonight, vital game at top and bottom though. Bury 0, Burton Albion 0, and earlier on St Johnstone 0, Celtic 1 is a full-time score. Celtic then go 5 points clear of Rangers, but Rangers with a game in hand. Well, back here, just time to pause for breath. It's been a terrific first half of action. Manchester United against Chelsea. United with the goal. Chelsea with a couple of great chances for Nicholas and Nelka. Stan Collymore alongside me. Stan, Chelsea haven't learned how to play with Torres. I've been watching a lot of him tonight sitting here. He makes runs, but he's making runs behind players, and they're just not picking him out or seeing him.
Aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Everything's playing in front of him. And the irony
never
is,
gets to him.
You know, Chelsea with the 4-3-3 have always been accused of being very narrow, but they've had loads of ball in wide positions. Anelka's broke to the right, assisted by Branislav Ivanovic bombing down the right as well. Ashley Cole down the left, but the deliveries have been poor, very poor to be fair.
Also as well, Chelsea still don't look as assured and confident as they should do. Frank Lampard didn't realise the opportunity he had until after he only side-footed it. Yeah, what's interesting now, as you mentioned there, Didier Drogba marches out now to warm up. He's been sent back into the dressing room at half time by Ancelotti. Obviously wanted to have a word with him before he allowed him to come out here. Looks to me as if he's coming straight on.
I wonder if he will go straight on. I mean, he's taking the applause.
Looks to me as if he's going straight on.
He's going through a vigorous warm-up.
He's going straight on, Stan.
And Yossi Benayoun going through his paces as well, although he's got his bottoms on. So Fernando Torres may well get the hook, and they may well go with Drogba. But the difference is with Didier Drogba, he's better when he comes off a defender and he's able to turn and run at people and then get a shot off. Fernando Torres, an unconfident Fernando Torres, isn't doing that. I do feel for Torres, the lad, because he's making the right runs. Ball just isn't coming to him in and around the box, but Chelsea have to be much more clinical, Sags, in wide positions. We saw Ryan Giggs, 2 games in the Champions League quarter-finals, 2 assists by 2 crosses. If Chelsea can do that, even at this stage, with the amount of ball laid in the first half, they can get back in this football match.
Well, Villa Matt's climbing from the director's box into the commentary position here, and I'm holding his seat down for him just for a moment, because it is that tight, quite as tight as the game would be.
Best stadium in the country, worst press box.
Oh, absolutely.
I wonder
well
why.
done, Villa. Villa Matt's
why. I wonder who sanctioned the worst press box.
I wonder who's not improved it over the years. Let's talk a little bit about Manchester United, though. I said at half-time, Chelsea had their moments, but Manchester United looked still like the complete team. They certainly do. They nearly got caught a couple of times by Chelsea at the back, but going forward, the pace of Hernandez is electrifying, and Rooney looks as good as he's ever done.
Yeah, they had to work very hard, didn't they, when Chelsea had good possession of the ball in the United final third. They had to stick to their task, and that's what they did. And then they hit 2 or 3 times on the counter-attack. We saw Hernandez run into the left-hand channel a couple of times. Wayne Rooney with 2 really good crosses over on this right-hand side, the one which was given offside against Hernandez for the goal. But they're moving into good positions. When you've got people like Jason Park, though, that is going to overdrive with the work rate and the tempo of his play, you can afford then to just sit back a little bit, to be able to soak up what Chelsea have given and then hit on the counter-attack, and United do that as good as anybody.
I'll tell you what they did. The first time they really put some play together was down here on the right-hand side for Manchester United. Some crisp, even, wonderful passing, great vision. And Chelsea should have been warned, because they went and did that again as the ball was cleared from the corner, and Giggs was the man who was masterminding it all. And the difference with Giggs to Ramirez at the moment, and to Torres, and to all of those Chelsea players, particularly Ashley Cole going forward, one big word with 3 syllables: composure.
Absolutely.
Composure is making a champion of Ryan Giggs.
Absolutely, fine margins. When the ball came back out to Ryan Giggs from the original set piece, Ryan Giggs was left up against Nicholas and Elka. Now, us strikers, not the same as left full-backs, detecting danger in that area. He just let Ryan Giggs go past him. Once Giggs was past him in the right-hand side of the 18-yard box, then that's where he was going to put it. He was going to hit it towards the far post and ask the question, can somebody get on the end of it? And the answer was, if it wasn't Wayne Rooney, it was Xavi Hernandez. Wonderful finish at the far post, great ball whipped in, and like I say, 2 games, 2 quarter-finals, 2 assists for
wonderful
Ryan.
Delivery. Of course, we'd already had a brilliant delivery from Wayne Rooney for Hernandez. Now, whether you think Hernandez was offside or not, it was basically, remember the finish of 100 metres, where the chest has got to go across the line first to win you the prize? Well, Hernandez's upper body was in front, but his legs weren't.
Were offside, which your feet.
So I wouldn't have said that was offside.
Maybe somebody can tweet me on TS
I've got no idea about that.
I think it's a body part.
Yeah, any body part.
But you think a common sense rule would be your feet, wouldn't it? Because your feet, it's football, it's not chess ball. So in terms of, maybe a rule to give the benefit of the doubt to strikers, which we're supposed to do these days, is if your feet are onside, you are onside.
Chelsea have had to put themselves under pressure as well, with 3 bookings in that first half for Malouda, for Terry, who I thought was a little unlucky, and for Ramirez, who had to take one for the side, because yet again, it is that difference still. You still don't think at a moment, and perhaps Drogba will change it in the second half, he's definitely coming on at the start too, is that they still don't look as positive or as dangerous in the box as they have done in the past.
No, and like I say, they've got into good positions, particularly Ashley Cole, been desperately disappointed with his deliveries tonight from the left, because I don't think I've seen him get into attacking positions on the left.
But he never used to have to. He never used to have with Drogba to make that sort of that. It's not so easy. It's easier to defend, isn't it, when you're making that wide ball.
Players of world class, though.
Yes.
But Ashley Cole, we almost accept now as the default setting for Ashley Cole. If he gets into the final third in a good crossing position, he has to be able to put the cross in.
But he's not getting any further than that final third line. in the old Chelsea, Ashley Cole was getting to the byline and then whipping the ball and getting in the box and getting that cross back across again, which was then sort of pinballing around, and that's where Lampard was at his best. But Frank Lampard, for me, that was a clear opportunity for a goal tonight.
Just having a look down in front of us, Roberto Mancini and David Platt. We're doing a bit of celeb spotting. We mentioned Roman Abramovich, Reese Witherspoon, Hollywood actress. She's only sat 3 or 4 seats in front of us on the left-hand side.
Was she taking a picture of you, by the way? She taking a picture of somebody?
Look over at the picture. She sat next to a bloke that looks remarkably like me.
Well, not as good looking as you, Stan.
Hello.
But I tell you what, though, David Platt and Mancini, they got their work cut out after last night.
Difficult one, wasn't it? I mean, they got absolutely Frank Lampard Senior as well, just in front of us watching his son. But I think that for Manchester City, I think they'll get 4th, but I think it will be 4th. But here, the other side, the red half for Manchester, as Nemanja Vidic leads his men out, very much in the ascendancy. And I've had this game all along as 1-1. I think that Chelsea will get a goal back, but nothing more than that, which will see Manchester United into yet another Champions League semi-final. And relatively speaking, the easy route, it could be Sags. A relatively easy route. No Real Madrid, potentially no Barcelona.
I've counted 9 Chelsea players in blue without Petr Cech. I haven't seen Torres come out for the second half, as far as I can work out. So unless he's going to be a late entrance, I can see Didier Drogba is the man who's going to come on, and Fernando Torres is going to make way for him. It looks as if that is going to be the case to me. I think it's definitely going to be the case for me. So, well, I tell you what, if Manchester United get another tonight, a second on the night and a 3rd overall, I think that'll be just about it. Should Chelsea score, and means that they've got 1 away goal, just 1 more would do.
Need a goal quickly though, Saints. What they don't want to be doing is getting to that 30 minutes out, lofting, high, hopeful balls up to Drogba and hoping for a miracle. They need to actually do exactly what they did in the first 25 minutes of the second half. And Don McGuinness, a very interesting substitution about to be made.
Well, it is, as has been called. It is Didier Drogba who did warm up, of course, all through the half-time. You can hear the cheers from the Chelsea supporters as Drogba takes his place on the field for the second half. A little pat on the back from Wayne Rooney as he makes his way onto the field and into the centre circle, and he does replace Fernando Torres.
Thank you, Dom. Here's your commentary team on kick-off on Talksport. 45 minutes to go. Your opportunity after that. It's all Stan and...
Thanks very much, Mark. Yes, the second half about to get underway. So Fernando Torres and his goal drought continues here at Old Trafford. He's lasted only 45 minutes of the game. And putting the old phone in head on, does that mean Ancelotti is admitting that he made a mistake in starting Torres? He's brought Drogba on to try and set a spark off to get Chelsea back into this game.
Well, maybe it was in his game plan just to give him the 45 minutes, give him the benefit of the doubt, and then go with Drogba. I do maintain, Nigel, that when we were at Stamford Bridge this time last week, that Drogba had a better game overall than Fernando Torres. I mean, the questions are going to keep having to be asked until Fernando Torres scores a goal, but Didier Drogba, big game player, has scored here at Old Trafford before. Can he drag his side back into this game?
Well, we'd be fascinated to hear your views with Mark and Stan after the game on 08717223344. We will not be having extra time tonight, remember, so call Collymore through until 11 and you can tell us your views. Did Ancelotti make a mistake starting Torres? He's brought Drogba on at the break now to try and provide a spark for Chelsea. It's a straight swap. Ivanovic now on the right-hand side. Can Chelsea get back into it quickly? He's played the ball into Drogba, who already has got a touch of the ball, but it's fallen into the arms of Edwin van der Sar. So a reminder of the teams then for Manchester United. Van der Sar in goal. Across the back, O'Shea, Ferdinand, Vidic and Evra. A midfield of Nani, Carrick, Giggs and Park. And up front, Rooney and Hernandez, the goal scorer. For Chelsea then, it's Cech in goal. Ivanovic, Alex, Terry and Ashley Cole across the back. Midfield, Ramirez, Essien and Lampard. And Elka wide right, Malouda wide left. And now it's Didier Drogba down the middle for Chelsea in place of Fernando Torres. Half-time substitution. Lampard plays the ball back towards Ivanovic on the right-hand touchline. Squares it for Ramirez now on the edge of the centre circle. Malouda it is, who plays it out wide to the left-hand side, and Ashley Cole now moving forward for Chelsea with Ramirez on the overlap. Malouda's on the inside. He's tried to find Essien. Essien, though, has caught offside, is he? No, the ball's still in play. Well, that was quite remarkable. Essien just let the ball run away, and now Manchester United have got to get it clear. Ferdinand was almost caught, it fell to Vidic. Malouda's in there with a back flick. There's O'Shea towards Park. United 1-0 up on the night, 2-0 up on aggregate. on Talksport. Now Rooney on the halfway line. It's a ball played short towards Nani. Ivanovic almost got there. It fell back to Rooney for Evra now. Ball on the halfway line, and Wayne Rooney is the man who plays it back for Vidic. If you've just joined us here on Talksport tonight, Rio Ferdinand did have a knock in the first half, but he came through it. He's run it off, and he's back out for the second half. Hernandez had the ball in the back of the net from a delightful ball in from Rooney, but it was marginally offside, and then Hernandez did score after brilliant work from Ryan Giggs towards the end of the first half. Now United attacking the Stretford end. Ball run forward from John O'Shea as United move forward on the overlap now towards the penalty area. Hernandez is there, the goal scorer. He's got two Chelsea players on him. Ashley Cole challenges him. Ball runs out of play away to our left, and it's going to be a goal kick to Chelsea. This could be a fascinating second half now, Stan, because Chelsea have got to really chase after the game.
Well, we saw United quite comfortable playing counter-attacking football, particularly when Chelsea had that good spell midway through the first half of about 10-15 minutes where they were putting wave after wave of attack forward, getting good width as well. So I think that United's game plan is quite simple, just to soak things up. They have the personnel to do it. I've been mightily impressed with Michael Carrick over the two legs. I think that Jason Parks industry, Wayne Rooney can drop into a midfield role, tenacious, can win the ball back for you and put you on the front foot. So I think that United, their game plan is quite simple.
Chelsea have to score a minimum of 2 goals to salvage this tie here at Old Trafford. Second half action, Manchester United 1, Chelsea 0, and it's live on Talksport as we see a throw-in now for United on that far touchline. O'Shea takes it from Rooney, back towards O'Shea, but he's given it away. Rooney now, and Lampard is moving to the edge of the penalty area, and Elka's in there. He's shoved off the ball though by Rio Ferdinand, who ultimately has to put the ball out of play, and Ferdinand's limping again. Ferdinand is limping again. He's moved awkwardly, and well, I wonder.
I think it's that same calf, you know.
Well,
I wonder if it's the same calf, because it doesn't look like a knee injury. It looks like an injury that's actually inhibiting him from walking. I think that's his calf that's gone again, which would be a massive blow. I mean, obviously you're looking at big games, and it was a surprise that he played the game against Chelsea, but would he be out of the Man City game? Would he be out of the run-in?
And a Champions League semi-final, perhaps. Frank Lampard now moves towards the edge of the box. It's a powerful right-footed shot, and it's wide of the right-hand post. Still 1-0 to United, 2-0 on aggregate, and Ferdinand moving awkwardly. The reason I said knee, Stan, was because when I was watching him closely, he actually pointed to his right knee and held his right knee and bent his right knee at one stage in that first half, which suggested that it was his knee, but he's not pointed to his knee there, and he was moving awkwardly, and as I said earlier, you are nervous for a player after 2 months out, aren't
without a doubt, because what you do is you get secondary injuries. Very, very common when you've been out for 6 to 8 weeks, whether it be a hamstring tear, a calf tear, that when you come back into the game, don't forget he would have been running on adrenaline in that Chelsea game, probably would have been a little bit stiff and sore the next couple of days after that, and then basically what happens is you come back into the fray, you may be going for a challenge, you've overstretched, you've overcompensated, and it goes again, or you get a little knee ligament twinge or something, ankle. So we'll keep our eye on Rio Ferdinand.
Remember, every game that United have played with Ferdinand, 22 now, 21 before this, they have never lost with Rio Ferdinand in the side this season. And United have never lost a Champions League tie at Old Trafford when they've taken a lead going into the second leg here. So both those records looking as though they could remain intact. Chelsea desperate to get back into this, but it's United on the ball. Evra has given the ball away. It's a good challenge by Essien. Now Essien moves forward towards Malouda on the left-hand side, and Essien holds the ball up now for Drogba. There's Vidic though with a strong challenge, and he plays it all the way back to John O'Shea, who gets it back towards Van der Sar in the Manchester United goal. He launches it clear straight away, and now Chelsea move forward again. On the overlap on that left-hand side is Ashley Cole. Dinks it into the penalty area. Carrick's there. Shot coming in from just on the edge of the box by Malouda. First time volley, and it goes wide of the right-hand post.
Well, it's a good run by Ashley Cole. He gets down the left-hand side of the 18-yard box, tries to get the cross, and it's well defended to the edge of the 18-yard box just to the left. But when it drops to Florian Malouda and he swings that right foot, you know that it's not going to end up in the top right-hand corner of Edwin van der Sar's goal.
Still 1-0 to United then, and Chelsea have had 8 goal attempts so far in this game to United's 4. United have had 2 on target, Chelsea 1. For more in-play live odds and markets, visit sportingbet.com, the home of in-play betting. This is Talksport, live at Old Trafford in the Champions League quarter-final second leg, where Manchester United lead 1-0 on the night, 2-0 on aggregate, and Chelsea have brought off Fernando Torres at half-time, with Didier Drogba the man to replace him, a straight swap. The questions will be asked again of Torres in the aftermath of this game. Now here is Ryan Giggs, who set up the United goal magnificently. Wayne Rooney whips the ball out to the right-hand side, and Nani is under pressure from Ivanovic. What will Nani do now? Will he take him on? He does. Is he fouled? Yes, he is. The referee immediately giving that free kick. The referee, Ben Quarenca from Portugal, has now given a free kick to United, which is wide on the left-hand side, but in a decent position for Ryan Giggs to whip the ball in towards the Stretford end.
Yeah, decent free kick position. Ryan Giggs again standing over it, 10 yards outside of the 18-yard box, touch to the left. He's got Lewis Nani to his left that he could play a little short one to. Nicholas Anelka back defending, wouldn't want him defending in that position. That's pretty much where they conceded from in the first half.
Now here's Giggs then to deliver this free kick, left-footed, and it's headed away by Chelsea. They managed to just deflect the ball away. Vidic was waiting to pounce, and it's gone for a throw-in on that far side. Park and Cole squaring up to each other. Ashley Cole desperate to get the ball back as quickly as possible, and it's a throw into Chelsea away to our left. And just looking at that Stretford end, it's all very ironic that there's a big banner which says Giggs tearing you apart since 1991. He tore Chelsea apart with that goal.
Oh, wonderful. And again, the first leg we saw a wonderful run to get in behind Jose Bosingwa, which is why Branislav Ivanovic comes into the side today to pull the ball back to Wayne Rooney, that got their noses in front in the capital, and he does it again today. Wonderful performer, over 100 games at this level of football, the highest level you'd probably say in world football now, Champions League football.
And Ashley Cole getting all sorts of stick from the Manchester United fans around that far corner, and then it reverberates all around the theatre of dreams. Ivanovic now holds the ball up. He's given it away though. Rooney has gone to it, but he can't quite control it, and Ramirez was there. Now Essien has turned away from Giggs. Good play from Essien. He's coming forward at pace for Chelsea now, in towards Anelka, but there was Vidic with a fantastic header down, perfectly timed, and he makes it look oh so easy, with Anelka waiting to pounce just behind him. Nani now plays the ball forward towards Evra. United coming forward, but not at pace this time. They're holding the ball up, and now here's Rooney. He squares the ball beautifully from left to right, almost the entire width of the field, to Park now. He plays it short for Ryan Giggs. This will do United all day long, just playing the ball about, with Park now under pressure from Alex, and he plays the ball out wide to the left to Nani. It's almost towards the United penalty area. Park's got space. They're shouting shoot, but there's 3 players around him. It falls to Carrick. Rooney spots Giggs on his own wide on the right hand side. Good play by United. They're just keeping the ball here and making it look easy whilst the clock ticks away all the time. We've had 10.5 minutes of the second half already, and United are 2-0 up on aggregate, 1-0 on the night, and they play the ball all the way back to Edwin van der Sar.
Yes, they'll be more than happy doing that. Not only does it give them possession is 9/10 of the law. Nothing Chelsea can do, but it's making them run into unfamiliar areas. It's bringing back Didier Drogba and Nicholas Anelka well into their own half to have to tackle back as well. I'm sure Nemanja Vidic, in particular Rio Ferdinand, would be delighted with that.
Giggs finds Hernandez, but it's just intercepted, and now Chelsea are able to come forward with Drogba. Anelka's there as well now. Plays it back to Drogba. He's going to try and take it round his man, and a shot left of the left-hand post. It was worth a snapshot from Didier Drogba. Van der Sar had to go down to his left. It went wide, and it's still 1-0 to Manchester United on the night, 2-0 on aggregate.
Classic Drogba. Ball just played to him from Nicholas Anelka. He turns on a sixpence when he receives the ball, 25 yards, touch to the left, turns away from Ferdinand, drives the shot hard and low down to Edwin van der Sar's left hand. Wonderful strike. Did Rio Ferdinand, all ends up a couple of yards wide. Referee, substitution by the looks of it.
Yep, but not quite yet. The referee's just had words with Edwin van der Sar for taking a little bit too much time there. Berbatov warming up in front of us. We'll get the substitution as soon as it's made by from Don McGuinness, but it is going to be a change for Chelsea by the looks of it. They're going to have to go all out attack because already there's 12 minutes of this second half elapsed, and every passing second is precious for Chelsea now. Drogba tries to latch onto this long clearance from Peter Cech, but Vidic is there again. Absolutely magnificent for Manchester United. Nani holds the ball up now on this left-hand side, moves towards the halfway line, and he threads it through. He's looking for Rooney, who's got the pace on Alex. He's outpaced him beautifully. Now Rooney towards the penalty area. He's going to take on Alex again. He chips it across to the far side. Oh, that was vital by Ashley Cole. Giggs was waiting to pounce, and Cole was there to make the clearance.
Excellent run by Wayne Rooney. Peels off to the left channel. I think his movement into wide areas tonight, Rooney's been exceptional. Sometimes we're overcritical, or absolutely critical when he drops too deep, but when he gets into good attacking wide positions, his crossing is as good as a wide man's.
Drogba tried to get the ball into the penalty area for Lampard, but it fell to Vidic in the end. He cleared it as far as Essien. Now here's Drogba again, outside the box. He unleashes a shot, but Vidic was there to block it with his ankle actually as he turned his back on the ball, and it's fallen to Anelka on that far side.
Got a small one for Sags. Used to be your feet, but they've changed it to full body for some reason. Those are the rules now, so loads of people tweeted those. Thank you. TS Collymore, keep them coming wherever you are, up and down the country.
Now Ivanovic, as Drogba is brought down by Evra. The referee is going to book Patrice Evra for that challenge on Didier Drogba just outside the penalty area, and this is a decent opportunity now for Chelsea with this set piece. What can they make of it as Drogba stands over the ball, and the referee having some strong words with Patrice Evra. We see it again on our monitors just in front of us. He did bring him down, he pulled him down, and it's a free kick to Chelsea just outside the box.
The bane of my life, watching strikers take free kicks, creative free kicks. If it's 20 yards out dead central, Drogba takes it, so he can pull the hammer down on it as well as anybody. But he's right on the corner of the 18-yard box, and he's going to whip this in. Who do you want in there finishing it off?
Drogba.
Didier Drogba.
Well, this happened at the bridge last week as well. We were questioning it then in the first leg. Drogba now 29 metres away from goal. It's a free kick which is curled to the right, and Van der Sar's there. It's returned back in by John Terry. United get it clear again, and now here's Hernandez, the goal scorer. He's charging forward at 100 miles an hour, but Essien has backtracked and he's fouled him, and it's going to be a free kick to Manchester United. It's taken quickly by Giggs. Wide to the right for Wayne Rooney, moving towards the penalty area, tries to take it round Lampard. Lampard stands in his way, and Rooney has got the free kick right on the edge of the penalty area now.
Yes, up against Frank Lampard, who had to track back, and United will get the free kick right hand side of the 18-yard. That's exactly the opposite end of the pitch to where Didier Drogba just took his from. A little break in play because Don McGuinness is about to be a substitution.
And Nicolas Anelka is going to get the full boo treatment for the United fans for his former club connections. Salomon Kalou will replace him. Patiently he has been waiting for the last few minutes, but Nicolas Anelka makes the long walk off. Kalou for Anelka, the second change for Chelsea.
Dom, thanks very much. So Salomon Kalou coming on to replace Nicolas Anelka, so it's a case of misfiring strikers for Chelsea, with Torres and Anelka being brought off. All change up front for Ancelotti as we focus on this free kick for Manchester United, with Ryan Giggs standing over the ball. Nani's over the ball as well. Talksport live from Old Trafford. Nani puts the ball into the box. It's headed clear though. Quite a number of blue shirts in that penalty area, and the ball was headed clear in the end very well by John Terry. It's a throw on that far side to Manchester United. They lead 1-0 on the night, 2-0 on aggregate on Talksport, and we've already had 16 minutes of this second half at Old Trafford. Every minute vital for Chelsea now. They have to chase the game. United keeping the ball, and every time they have the ball they play it square, they play it back. Occasionally they'll play it forward, but all the time they know whilst they're in possession they're winding that clock down as well and heading ever closer to another semi-final appearance in the UEFA Champions League, as the ball falls to Peter Cech in the Chelsea goal now. Launches it forward, aimed for Didier Drogba, but O'Shea was there that time, and it's gone out for a throw-in on the left-hand touchline, which Malouda has taken quickly, and it's short here now towards Ashley Cole. Back towards John Terry now, up towards the halfway line. Malouda again, Cole on the overlap. Chelsea have got to get it forward, but United are pretty strong at the back with Ferdinand and Vidic, and Ferdinand still on the field of play despite that awkward movement at the start of the second half where maybe he could have done his calf again, or was it a knee? but he's moving a lot more freely now as United come forward once again. And this is good for United because they're in no immediate danger from Chelsea, Stam, whatsoever.
I think that Chelsea's best spell in the first half, they really needed to score, didn't they? Because they were dominating possession. What United are doing now is taking the game to Chelsea. Quite happy for Chelsea to go on the counter-attack themselves.
Which they are, with Lampard takes the ball away from Drogba. 3 Chelsea players around him though. Kalou holds the ball up, and United overcrowding them here, with Kalou holding the ball up on the left-hand side. There's Michael Carrick around him, and now here's Lampard, plays it through, aiming towards Kalou into the penalty area, but Chelsea are able to, well, at least show signs there of making a breakthrough, but still they haven't tested Van der Sar. And now Nani goes down on this near side, but the referee waves play on. Giggs has just gone in with a strong challenge on Drogba. Rooney has as well. It's come off Didier Drogba, and it's a throw into Manchester United on the halfway line.
Well, I'm surprised we haven't seen Yossi Benayoun, to be honest, because he's it, particularly now Chelsea having to decamp into their own half, because United playing the ball around with some confidence, working very, very hard. That Yossi Benayoun takes up positions and drags defenders into areas they don't want to go in, and has that real creative streak. I mean, big question marks over Solomon Kalou, Florian Malouda. You know, can they really step up to the plate when the going gets tough like this? The suggestion is, at the moment, no, they can't.
Lampard moving forward. United are working hard as well. Whenever Chelsea come forward, United are backing numbers and well organised as well at the same time, as you would expect. Here's Ramirez for Chelsea. Ball out wide here now towards Ivanovic for Chelsea. Whips it into the penalty area. Ferdinand with a header away. Makes it look so easy for Manchester United. And Didier Drogba has just backed into... What is he moaning at? For goodness sake, get on with the game. He's just backed into Michael Carrick, or got into the back of Michael Carrick. Pushed him over. It's a free kick to United. It's simple, but Drogba has to have a pop. Yeah, for goodness sake.
Basically, when Branislav Ivanovic nodded the ball back into the edge of the 18-yard box, Drogba was goal side of Carrick and just gave him a little nudge in the back so he could flick the ball back into the danger area and keep momentum for Chelsea. Wasn't to be.
Patrice Evra snapping away at Chelsea's heels. It goes all the way through to Peter Cech. Manchester United 1, Chelsea 0 on the night, 2-0 on aggregate, live on Talksport. And don't forget, call Collymore immediately after the Champions League action tonight. There'll be a roundup of all the championship scores in the Empower Championship as well, with Mark Saggers rounding up all tonight's action for you on Talksport. And then the phone lines open on 08717223344, taking your calls through until 11 tonight on Talksport, and tweets as well to Stan on @TS Collymore. Ball on the halfway line to throw into Manchester United. This will do nicely for them. Back to Rio Ferdinand, all the way square for Vidic, and now here's Patrice Evra. And Chelsea showing absolutely no signs of urgency. They're showing no signs of creating chances here to get back into this game. And 65 minutes are on the clock now here at Old Trafford. Nani's gone down under pressure from Essien. Essien's going to have to be careful. It's going to be a free kick to United. But again, all the time Chelsea are giving free kicks away. They're just... Well, the clock's running away from them.
Well, there's been no ebb and flow in this half, has there? That there was in the first half. Both sides got the ball down and played, particularly Chelsea. But with these little free kicks and fouls, tired legs, old legs, with the greatest respect to the likes of Frank Lampard and Michael Essien. I wonder if this might be the last hurrah. I mean, you can't keep going on forever. They've got loads of miles on the clock. They've won plenty of trophies. But I think that you look through the Manchester United side and they've littered their experienced players like Ryan Giggs and Paul Scholes with real youthful pace. Nani, Rooney's got pace. Javier Hernandez, Jason Park is very mobile, and that makes a very big difference. Chelsea sometimes look very pedestrian.
Talksport live at Old Trafford then. It's Manchester United 1, Chelsea 0 in the UEFA Champions League quarter-final. Drogba now takes it round Evra. He's going to put the ball into the penalty area, and there's absolutely nobody there within the range of goal. Charging forward was Malouda, and Park has put it behind for a corner. So can Chelsea get back into the game with this corner which Lampard is going to take?
Well, Florian Malouda needs to get himself in the box unless they are going to take the short corner.
It doesn't. It goes towards Alex with a header. It's a downward header. It's gone wide of the left-hand post. It remains 1-0 to Manchester United. And let's get a roundup of the latest championship scores, the N-Power Championship. Live at the Walker Stadium is Jeff Peters.
Well, here it's Leicester 1, Palace 1. Matt Oakley with a volley cancelling out Scannell's first half goal. The leaders QPR are winning 1-0 at Barnsley. Norwich in second, 2-1 down at Watford. Cardiff 1-0 up at Sheffield United. Swansea goalless with Hull. Reading 2-0 up at Scunthorpe. But Leeds are 2-1 down at Derby. No goals, Millwall as well. The big game at the bottom, Doncaster 0, Preston 0.
Manchester United 1, Chelsea 0 at Old Trafford in the UEFA Champions League quarter-final second leg. That's 2-0 on aggregate. You're with Talksport as the ball goes forward now for Wayne Rooney. Nani on the left-hand side, moving forward, but Ivanovic is backtracking. Nani making it awkward for him though, and plays it back towards Rooney. Rooney takes his time and weighs up his options and just chips it delicately out wide towards John O'Shea. This is nice for United. O'Shea's going to put it into the penalty area. That was a spectacular diving header from Alex. Didn't connect with it properly. Nani now with a shot, low and hard, parried wide by the keeper. That could have been curtains. Well and truly game over, but Petacek has parried it wide.
Yeah, good movement by Manchester United. Wayne Rooney popped the ball out from the left-hand side of the 18-yard box over to the right side. It was whipped back in, half defended by Chelsea. By Alex on the edge of the 18-yard box, drops to Nani, drops his right shoulder, cuts in with the right foot. I thought Petacek went down a little bit early, but parries it away for the corner.
Corner it is to United then. Nani takes it. He's gone deep to the edge of the penalty area. Park brings it down. Back for Rooney. Ball's in the box now. Essien puts his hands behind his back as he knew he was in the box, and maybe there could have been an accidental collision with the hand, but Essien put his hands behind his back, and the ball has gone out of play on that far touchline now for a throw-in to Manchester United once again. United showing signs of a potential substitution. Don McGuinness will bring us details of that as and when it happens. Ferdinand goes all the way back to Van der Sar in goal, and the clock ticking away, and there is a more relaxed feeling amongst the United fans right now, because we are more than midway through this second half, and in truth Chelsea haven't really tested Van der Sar to any great extent throughout this second half. United 1, Chelsea 0 in the Champions League. It's the second leg, 2-0 up on aggregate. Rooney now takes the ball round John Terry, plays the ball in first time. Ryan Giggs with a header. Oh, he couldn't quite connect properly, and there was the keeper Petacek. In the end it was a weak header by Giggs, downward as well, bounced once into the arms of Cech, but what a run from Rooney and what a run from Giggs, and he knows that he should have done better with a finish.
What a ball from Wayne Rooney. I mentioned there's going to be a sending off though first, Nigel, and then I'll come back to it. Yes.
It goes from bad to worse for Chelsea. A foul committed on Nani on this near touchline, and Ramirez with 2 yellow cards now. That makes red, and surely that is another savage blow in Chelsea's UEFA Champions League campaign, which surely is heading towards an end. Ramirez is seen red, and that is disaster for Chelsea. It's going horribly, horribly wrong.
You're right, you look in these big games, you try and make challenges when they're there to be made. It wasn't anything with the feet, I think it was just a nudge in the back. Just having a look at it, he does catch him with his left foot, Lewis Nani. It's not as bad as Nani makes it look, to be fair, but the referee, as soon as he comes over, translates that immediately into a foul. If it's a foul, it's a yellow card. I think a little bit harsh on Ramirez, but he goes off the pitch down towards the Stretford end to the waves and cheerios of the United faithful, and is that cheerio to Chelsea's 2010-2011 Champions League tilt, I believe it is, but going back to a wonderful piece of play by Wayne Rooney. Ball heaped forward to the right hand side, he flicks it on and then chases after it. He gets right to the right corner flag, whips his foot around the ball, and you can just see it whipping from 15 feet, 10, 8, down to Ryan Giggs on the penalty spot. A man of his calibre should have dispatched that and put the game beyond any doubt at all.
As it stands, 19 minutes remain. United 1, Chelsea 0, 2-0 on aggregate. Rooney now whips the ball towards the penalty area. Drogba is able to bring it clear for Ivanovic, and now Drogba at pace, he leaves it to Ivanovic. Moving forward into the Manchester United half, but Michael Carrick is there to hold the ball up. And Ivanovic has been pushed off the ball. So, Chelsea down to 10 men. Ramirez with a second yellow card. And Chelsea have this free kick now on this near side. It's Branislav Ivanovic. midway inside the Chelsea half, not quite midway inside the Manchester United half for Chelsea. And it's right-footed towards the edge of the penalty area. Ryan Giggs is able to get it clear. And it's going to be a throw into Chelsea on that far touchline. They have to press. They've got no option now. They have to go for it. They have to score twice here, Chelsea. It's 1-0 on the night, 2-0 on aggregate to Manchester United. They have that away goal from Stamford Bridge safely tucked away. Drogba now holds the ball midway inside the half, plays it into the penalty area for Ashley Cole. O'Shea's pressurising him here. He's hassling him as well, and he's going to have to move away from the penalty area. Plays it back towards Malouda. Chelsea desperate to make a breakthrough here, but United well organised, and they have an extra man, remember now. Alex plays it short. Moving forward, Chelsea still coming forward with Malouda. Takes it away from Hernandez and Ryan Giggs, but Giggs has stayed with him that time. Ball into the penalty area. Drogba with a shot into the arms of Van der Sar. It was a lovely turn. He carved out that opportunity, put it on his left foot, safely into the arms of Van der Sar.
Well, considering they've only got 10 men, that was a fantastically well worked move. Started over on the left hand side where Ashley Cole got to the byline. John O'Shea did very well, pushed him back away from goal, ended up on the right. Great turn by Didier Drogba and strike.
Nani tries to thread it through. He's fouled just outside the penalty area. He's going through two Chelsea players there, and he would have had a 3 run on goal.
Tried to just do a little shimmy, didn't he, between the two central defenders. He's running dead central down towards the penalty, edge of the penalty box. John Terry and Alex approach him, so he just tries to do a little 1-2 in between them. He gets felled by the foot of Terry, and Manchester United have another free kick in another very good position. Now this for me, Ryan Giggs and Rooney stepping over it. This will be Rooney territory. Slightly to the left, favours the right footer up and over the wall.
Absolutely, so it's going to be a free kick to Manchester United. They could kill the game off here. Giggs is standing over the ball. They're already in a vastly superior position and should go on and see this job off. Rooney is going to take the free kick. It's deflected high over the bar, and it's going to be a corner to Manchester United on that far side.
It's going to be a mountain, isn't it, for Chelsea, as we see some more reinforcements. A player for me that will go on and be an instrumental part of Manchester United winning the Barclays Premier League, and who knows, the Champions League and FA Cup as well. He was the architect for most of Wayne Rooney's goals early on in the season. Don McGinnick's substitution for Manchester United.
It is the Ecuadorian Antonio Valencia, who recently came back from injury, immediately made an impact. He's going to take the field in place of Nani, who's been a thorn in Chelsea's side. A bit theatrical at times, of course, instrumental in the sending off, but he makes his way. A fine ovation from the Old Trafford crowd. Valencia gets a run out as well, so one player with legs, now another one with tremendous pace and direction.
So, corner to Manchester United then, with the clock ticking away. We're moving into the last quarter of an hour now. Nani had 3 attempts on goal, one of them was on target. He's had a decent game, always a threat. And now here's Giggs holding the ball up and plays it short for O'Shea now. This is good for United. They can just hold the ball like this all night long, because Chelsea are desperate here now. It's getting down to desperation time, last quarter of an hour, and Chelsea have got it back. Now here's Lampard, square towards John Terry, and all the way back into the path of Pitacek now. And he's going to launch it left-footed for Ivanovic on the right-hand touchline. His header, well, it was looking for Kalou, but it's fallen through for Van der Sar now after Ferdinand got it back to him. And United in no danger whatsoever here, Stan.
I wonder how long it is before we see John Terry pushed up as an auxiliary striker, and they maybe leave 3 at the back to cup tie, essentially. They need to get back into it. No points at stake, so as the game goes on, John Terry's good in the air. Just those little flick-ons from long punts forward may work.
Ball played through for Drogba here now. Chests the ball down. In on goal. Didier Drogba has scored the goal for Chelsea. This is going to make it a fascinating final 14 minutes of this Champions League tie. Drogba has nipped inside his man. That was Vidic. What a finish. It's Manchester United 1, Chelsea 1, 2-1 on aggregate.
Well, we talked about the longer ball, and there it was. Straight over Nemanja Vidic's head. We don't say that very often. Completely out of position. Didier Drogba to the right of the D, chests it into his path, and a beautiful crisp finish down between the legs of Edwin van der Sar. and it was looking unlikely, but Chelsea have a lifeline. 15 minutes left.
13 to go. They need to score one more goal, Chelsea, and that will do them with 2 away goals. Giggs now edge of the penalty area, squares it for Parkin on goal! Ji-sung Park has replied for Manchester United with a perfect response. That surely now is game over. What a way to bounce back. That breaks Chelsea's hearts. United 2, Chelsea 1, 3-1 on aggregate. And surely Manchester United are heading through yet again to the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League.
Well, Valencia found Rooney on the right-hand side of the 18-yard box, in turn finds Giggs dead central. Great run by Ji-sung Park just to the left. One touch to steady himself. He knows what he has to do. Get the shot on target across the left hand of Peter Cech. It arrows in at the Stretford end, and Manchester United will indeed be England's representatives in the semi-finals of the 2011 Champions League.
Well, drama in the closing stages of this Champions League tie. Full credit to Chelsea, and you have to focus on Drogba. He has come on, he has done his job for Chelsea. He's scored a goal. It's more than the man he's replaced has managed to do. Carved out chances, look more of a threat. That's the way it is, that's reality for Chelsea. And you have to ask, why did Drogba not start this game? Ancelotti the man who can answer that. Now the ball for United goes forward again. Rooney has got his back to goal. He'll enjoy this now. Plays it out wide to the right hand side for United. Valencia pushing forward on the right hand side, and now they're going to bring the ball away, Chelsea. It really should be a formality now with 11 minutes to go. Don't forget you can get your calls in to Stan and Sags 08717223344 as Giggs tries to play the ball through towards Hernandez, who's gone down awkwardly. But call Collymore through until 11. Did Ancelotti get it wrong from the start tonight? Has he got to put his hand up and say, I made a mistake in starting Torres? What are your thoughts on that? 08717223344. You can tweet Stan at TS Collymore. Text on 81089, and the boys are on through until 11 to debate all the night's issues as Rooney holds the ball up now and squares it just inside his own half towards Carrick, moving towards the last 10 minutes of this game now. Surely that goal from Park has killed the tie-off. It would have been a nervy, edgy final 13 minutes had Park not scored that goal. But United now have a corner and are looking good.
And Sir Alex Ferguson comes into the technical area for the first time. Barks straight down at Patrice Evra, says, don't go too touch tight on Didier Drogba. Animated that, and Chelsea about to make another substitution. I have the feeling it may well be Yossi Benayoun. Just having a look down. I think it is.
Corner taken by Giggs, short now for O'Shea. Plays it towards Carrick, towards the penalty area. Was aiming there towards Valencia. And the ball's back into the penalty area. Drogba with a diving header gets it clear. It was a good finish by Drogba as well for Chelsea. He had to take it. And Park has played the ball square for Evra now, moving towards the edge of the box. Back out wide for Park. A lovely finish from Park across the face of the goalkeeper into the far corner. That was a superb finish. Because even when you're in on goal in a Champions League quarter-final, with a tie delicately poised as it was then, he was under a bit of pressure, Stan.
I think that's the thing, hit the target. He's in the left-hand side. He knows if he drives it across Petr Cech's left hand, even if Cech makes the save and parries it out, maybe Wayne Rooney or Javier Hernandez get an easy tap in, but it's a beautiful finish, top of the foot, driven through, into the side netting. Surely United are into the semi-finals.
And season over for Chelsea. What now for Ancelotti? 08717223344. What about the positives tonight as well? Manchester United, a professional display, but it could have been different. As I say, that goal from Drogba 13 minutes from time, it could have been a very nervous last 13 minutes or so. Don McGuinness is pitch side. He's got news on a Chelsea substitution.
Well, it's another of the old boys, really. Paulo Ferreira, 32 now. He takes his place for the final few minutes. Alex, just back in the side, of course, makes way. The final substitution by Ancelotti. The fans all around him, letting him know. Apparently, he's going to be sacked in the morning, according to the United fans.
Right. So, remember where you heard it first, the United fans? Ancelotti, you're going to be sacked in the morning. It's a harsh game, isn't it, this? Ferreira now has the ball for Chelsea, unless they can whip the ball in here and maybe make some of it to cause one or two nerves to jangle again, but it's clear by O'Shea. And now the ball is on the halfway line, and JT himself, John Terry, plays the ball short here for Florent Malouda. And now it's Ashley Cole. On the overlap is Terry. Remember, Chelsea down to 10 men. Ramirez given his marching orders for 2 yellow cards. O'Shea has won the ball back, and Carrick plays it back to Edwin van der Sar. We've got 8 minutes of this game to go now on Talksport. It's the UEFA Champions League live, and it's Manchester United 2, Chelsea 1, 3-1 on aggregate, remember. And United have played some decent stuff, but it could have been oh so different. As I say, Drogba's goal made it very interesting, and Park with a perfect response for Manchester United. For more in-play live odds and markets, visit sportingbet.com, the home of in-play betting. Now here's Ferreira, plays the ball into the penalty area. Chelsea with a snapshot into the goal, and it was Solomon Kalou, but he didn't quite connect with it properly, Stan.
Well, Ferreira's had a couple of decent touches. He's only been on the park a couple of minutes, but he's played 2 decent balls over the top down the right-hand side of the channel. If you really wanted Didier Drogba there, just to be able to shake off Nemanja Vidic and get the strike again across Edwin van der Sar's right hand, but Solomon Kalou was bullied off it a little bit too quickly.
O'Shea with a lovely ball for Valencia now. Oh, he was trying to find Wayne Rooney, who was charging into the penalty area at 100 mile an hour. John Terry made the interception though at a crucial time, and Essien has got the ball back now for Chelsea. Midway inside his own half, plays it out wide to the left-hand side, but the ball square for Frank Lampard has been intercepted by Ryan Giggs. It was misread by Lampard as Rooney played the ball out wide towards the left, and a goal scorer Park once again. Rooney holds the ball up with acres of space and has got all the time in the world, and what a delightful ball straight off the training ground. He could have put that on a 5-pence piece into the path of Valencia, in towards Hernandez, back out wide to Valencia. This is great from United. They're just holding the ball up and winding the clock down here at Old Trafford now. Here's O'Shea, plays it all the way back towards Ferdinand. No way back for Chelsea, surely. 6 minutes to go now here on Talksport. United 2, Chelsea 1 on the night, 3-1 on aggregate. And don't forget, you can react to the action with Stan and Sags. 08717223344. Mark will round up all the night's championship action for you as well. The Empower Championship and League 1 and League 2, the Football League tonight. All the scores, all the results coming up at the end of this game in around 7 or 8 minutes time, because there will be time added on. We're into the last 6 minutes now, and United hold it up with Carrick. Tried to launch it through for the goal scorer Hernandez, but John Terry was there to tidy up for Chelsea. Once again, it's Champions League heartache at the hands of Manchester United for John Terry and co. That's the way it seems following that final in Moscow 3 years ago. Where's the time go? 3 years ago now, and it looks as though it's going to be a night of disappointment once again.
Oh, it does make you wonder whether this group of players are going to win the Champions League now. You'd think that it's going to have to really depend on Roman Abramovich having to dip his hand in his pocket, as he did when he first came into Chelsea, with 2, 3, maybe £400 million to completely revamp the side. I think that Petr Cech, John Terry, Ivanovic, Essien, Lampard, Drogba, Anelka, you could go through the whole side really. They need a revamp, and Sir Alex Ferguson just proves the benchmark that you're able to keep Scholes, you're able to keep Giggs. I'm sure he would have liked them to play less games, but if you add good youth with them, you can bring them all through together and you get the best of the experience and the best of the youth. Chelsea haven't managed to do that. We were promised that at the beginning of the season with people like Josh McEachran, Fabio Barini, Jeffrey Broomer, Patrick Van Aanholt. Most of them are on loan. Danny Sturridge,
who I saw on Saturday at Bolton, have a superb game against West Ham, by the way, Daniel Sturridge. Drogba now, edge of the penalty area, dinks it into the box, into the 6-yard area, was aiming for Kalou. Edwin van der Sar saw it superbly, he was off his line easily. Big night in the Empower Championship tonight. What's the latest, Jeff Peters?
Well, here it's Leicester 1, Palace 1. The lead is QPR 1-0 up at Barnsley. Watford Norwich 2-2. Cardiff 2-0 up at Sheffield United. Swansea Hull 1 apiece. Reading 2-0 up at Scunthorpe. Derby lead Leeds 2-1. Forest have gone 1-0 up against Burnley. Ipswich 3, Middlesbrough 3. Coventry 3-0 up at Portsmouth. Doncaster 1, Preston 1. Goalless Millwall, Bristol City. And in League 1, Brighton 4-3 up against Dagenham and Redbridge. They could be promoted tonight to the Championship.
Jeff, thanks very much indeed at the Walker Stadium there, and now Chelsea come forward. Here's Malouda with a shot, a powerful shot, well parried away by Van der Sar. down to his left and away.
An excellent strike by Florian Malouda, but he threatened to have a good game, didn't he? And then we've seen nothing of him from 20 minutes till virtually the last knock-ins. Again, him, Solomon Kalou and the likes cost lots of money when they came here. Not to be peripheral, to be major players, and over their Chelsea careers I don't think either of them have.
Well, Essien's ball into the box is cleared away into the path of Carrick, and now winning the ball back for Chelsea is Solomon Kalou. Plays it short here towards Malouda, midway inside the United half. Ball dinked into the penalty area, aimed for Drogba. United 2-1 up on the night, 3-1 on aggregate, remember. Here on Talksport, live from Old Trafford. Terry slipped. Was he on the penalty spot in Moscow then, or what? As the ball has fallen into the path of Wayne Rooney towards the edge of the penalty area. Ivanovic has backtracked in. Good defending by Ivanovic and a good ball from Rooney. Now here comes Park. Edge of the penalty area, at least a shot that was blocked. And away to the left-hand side, and Rooney will keep the ball in play with all the time in the world. Clock ticking away, he dinks it back towards Patrice Evra, just outside the penalty area. Frank Lampard tracks him down. Rooney just stands over the ball with all the time in the world, as I say, and goes from left to right. Valencia, who tried to play the ball short, first time for Ryan Giggs. And now they've won it back from O'Shea, who tried to thread it through towards Valencia on that left-hand side. Ashley Cole went in with a storming challenge. You have to bear in mind with Chelsea, they were reduced to 10 men when Ramirez was given a second yellow card. So you have to bear that in mind. And Didier Drogba, when he scored, did give one or two flutters in the hearts of Manchester United fans, because that could easily have put a different complexion on the game. But Park went up the other end and virtually killed it off. But if Park hadn't have done that, Chelsea would have been pressing and pressing, you can be sure of that. They haven't lied down, they haven't just accepted defeat here, they have come and had a go.
They have had a go, and credit to them. They are champions of England, and for that they will always get our respect. But I just think, and hopefully Sags and I get the opportunity post-match, obviously on the game, but whether Chelsea are a force that's finished now. I mean, we've seen Arsenal in the last few years, they'll break off, Nige.
Yeah, because Chelsea have just played the penalty area, but there was no need to break off because Giggs had it under control still.
Yeah, we've seen Arsenal, perennially getting into the top four, but without really challenging or winning the title. Chelsea have won the title 2 or 3 times, of course. Is whether we see Chelsea revert to that being a side that will get in the top four, but nothing beyond that. They have one benefactor. He has to keep digging deep in his pockets. Sometimes they accuse him of meddling. Potential for that with Fernando Torres, of course. Be fascinating times for Chelsea. I want your thoughts, please, Manchester United Chelsea fans. If you've been to a game up and down the country, give us a call. 08717223344. Sags and I with you through till 11.
Yeah, well worth a listen tonight on Talksport. Is it a case? Here's Lampard with a glancing header that's gone wide of the right-hand post. Lampard's punched the air in frustration. Could it be a case of a new manager and a new team for Chelsea? We wonder. It'll be an interesting summer down the bridge, that's for sure.
Well, I'll go back to this thing about youth and experience. You want to keep in a team of 11, 3 or 4 really experienced players, but you want some quality youth coming through. Either Chelsea didn't have the belief that the youth that they had on the bench early on in the season wasn't good enough. People, I think there's 1 or 2 on loan, aren't there? Bolton and Leicester
I saw
City.
Daniel Sturridge scored 2 goals on Saturday, oozing confidence outside the penalty area, brilliant finishing. He has said his future is at Chelsea and not at Bolton.
If Xavier Hernandez was at Chelsea and on the bench, would he get an opportunity? Probably not. Probably not. They need to make sure that, again, these rumours of Roman Abramovich being hands-on, he needs to be hands-off. Give him the money, let the manager get on with the job. And if he is too hands-on, they're never going to win the Champions League. It really is that simple.
Malouda now for Essien. That Champions League, which Sir Alex Ferguson describes as an obsession to Chelsea. It's going to have to be an obsession for another 12 months by the looks of it, because we are into time added on at the end of this game. Live on Talksport, as seats start to empty, as fans make an early way away from Old Trafford tonight to try and beat the traffic. Does take a while to get away from Old Trafford these days with 70,000+ fans in the stadium. Magnificent theatre of dreams. Wayne Rooney now holds the ball up, and it's a theatre of dreams that will host a UEFA Champions League semi-final once again, as the ball's held up on the halfway line by Hernandez. Scored the first goal for United, goes wide towards the left-hand side, and there's Park, scorer of the second United goal at a crucial time of the game. Van der Sar now launches it forward. We're just in time added on It's a formality now for Manchester United. Park has won the ball back. Hernandez is going to latch onto it. He's got pace. Terry's going to come across, and Hernandez has been tackled by Ivanovic at a crucial moment, and short now for Ferreira. In time added on at the end of this game at Old Trafford. Any time now the referee will blow to signify that Manchester United are in the Champions League semi-finals. Could they become one of only 3 teams to get to the final of the Champions League on home turf? Now, ball launched forward, aim for Drogba, but it's cleared. And now Manchester United have Wayne Rooney playing the ball back towards Park. Midway inside his own half. Now here's Michael Carrick. Chelsea know the game is up as Carrick holds it up easily up towards Rooney, who is really just tapping the ball about like it's a warm-up before the game. He's tackled by Drogba that time. And now Evra goes in with a strong challenge and United win it back. Park for Carrick. United with the extra man, remember. Giggs has given it away. Park holds it up for Carrick again. Out wide towards Patrice Evra. It's been 180 minutes of compelling, battling football. Wayne Rooney has spotted Cech off his line, and a delicate chip, and Cech had to get back. That would have been sensational. Well worth a try.
Again, David Beckham against Wimbledon territory, wasn't it? Just turned on the halfway line, and just as the referee's final whistle go, and Manchester United are in the Champions League semi-final.
It's a free kick for Manchester United.
Oh, it's not. I thought he'd given the final whistle there. But Wayne Rooney just turns on the halfway line, fully 40 yards. He knew before he turned that Petr Cech. It's painting those pictures in your own mind as a footballer, having an understanding of where the goalkeeper might be. You know he's going to be on the edge of his 18-yard box or just outside it. Floated it high and wide. Good effort though.
Everybody thought that was the final whistle. Sir Alex and Mike Phelan were shaking hands, congratulating each other. And now it is full time. Manchester United have reached the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League. They were given a scare late on by Didier Drogba and not Fernando Torres. Drogba, the half-time substitute, came on and scored for Carlo Ancelotti's side. But goals from Hernandez and Park Ji-sung have sent Chelsea through to the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League. Manchester United are in the last 4. Chelsea are out once again at the hands of United. Full credit to the men in red. They are through, Stan Collymore.
And deservedly so, over the 2 legs. I think that Ryan Giggs with that cross to Wayne Rooney in the first leg, and then a beautiful cross for Xavi Hernandez in the second, really was the difference. That little bit of quality in the final third that unfortunately Chelsea just didn't seem to possess until Didier Drogba came onto the pitch. And as I look over to our right, there's a red flare going off in the scoreboard end to celebrate. Chelsea fans give their team a rousing send off the pitch. Trophyless Chelsea will be at the end of this season, and there are more questions than answers about Chelsea Football Club moving forward.
So, season over for Chelsea, you think. What now for Carlo Ancelotti? United win 3-1 on aggregate. What a night, what a tie. It's all over for Chelsea. United in the last 4 sacks.
This is kick-off on Talksport. So for Manchester United and for Sir Alex Ferguson, they remain on the road for European glory at Wembley on May the 28th. As for Chelsea, simple really. Thank you, Carlo. That's your Ancelotti. It's all over for him, mate. He's gone. End of the season. I'll tell you what, there'll be a lot of them going with him too. But there's all sorts we can talk about Chelsea, and I want to talk about that to you right the way through till 11 o'clock tonight. Let's first of all, though, give the credit to Manchester United over the 2 legs as well. They have matured as a side in front of our eyes in the last month, you know. We've been saying all season they've been getting away with it. They look to me like one fabulous unit right now.
Always there. They rode their luck in the early part of the season, conceding late goals at places like Fulham, if you remember. Disjointed performances, un-United-like performances. But the cream always rises to the top. I remember Sir Alex Ferguson 6 weeks ago sat in a press conference saying, crikey, it's going to be a good end to the season, or it could be. Spurs, Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea all could be challenging for the title, knowing full well there was only going to be one team that win the title and perhaps only one team left in a Champions League final, and that could be Manchester United.
I tell you what, there's no Valencia in the Chelsea squad at the moment. There's certainly no Hernandez in the Chelsea squad at the moment. There's nothing like Rooney in that Chelsea squad at the moment. There's certainly nothing like that combination at the back of Vidic and Rio Ferdinand. And just look at the difference in the benches as well, really, when you come to it. Manchester United, with all the class, all the experience, all the youth, all that comes with having the same manager, not just there to pick and win with a first team, but a man who can oversee the development of a youth process, because he knows he's not going to be in his job just for 18 months and 2 years. And that's been another big problem for Roman Abramovich. He started it off with Ranieri. He didn't want him. He made his biggest mistake by not letting Jose Mourinho get on with things. He followed it up with, what he thought was an ambitious signing and a flamboyant one and a marquee one with Scolari. That's it, let me finish
one club builds, the
on.
other one, it's down to one man's vision.
Roman Abramovich, as an oligarch, as a billionaire, goes anywhere he wants in the world and buys whatever he wants off the top shelf. And if it's jewellery, or if it's yachts, or if it's houses, or if it's girlfriends, or if it's parties, or if it's anything else apart from football players, he'll get it right, because it's there, ready-made as the best in the world. You can't do that with the beautiful game, and that's why they're not playing beautiful football at Chelsea, and it's why Fergie is still so many steps ahead of the rest when it comes to football in England, the Premier League and the Champions League.
Want your tweets and calls, please. 08717 223344. Manchester United fans leaving Old Trafford and across the country. What did you make of your team's performance, and can you go on and win a fourth Champions League title now?
Yes, they can, and you know why, Stan? If they get through, and it looks as if it could well be Schalke that they'll play in the semi-final, if they get through that one, I'll tell you about this, Stan. Little bit of a slow pitch at Wembley with Manchester United up against Barcelona. Not quite so sure at the moment, one or two niggles and injuries. Yes, Barcelona would still start as big favourites, but I tell you what, you can't take the heart away from Ryan Giggs, you can't take away the pace and power from Rooney, and you can't take away the guile and tactical nous of the manager.
And Valencia as well,
and everything
come back
else
with
as well.
Twitter, TS Collymore, St Helens Barry says, Stan can never see this Chelsea side winning the Champions League.
Oh, they're gone,
too old
Chelsea.
and need a completely side. Robe says, Stan, you were writing off a team that only a few months ago did the double. Minkster says, can United see off Barca with width that they can use? JDHR says, quest for the Champions League is the only thing keeping Roman Abramovich at the bridge. If he goes, Chelsea are in the mire. 08717 223344. Call Collymore right the way through till 11 o'clock on a massive night of Champions League and domestic football, Sags.
What do they say? They say that feelings change with pressure. If you're a Chelsea fan, I know you'll put pressure on Roman Abramovich and Carlo Ancelotti and the way that they've gone. You know, the first 7 or 8 games of this season for Chelsea, Stan, the whole point at that stage was they were so much more powerful than anybody else at that stage. They seemed to have got themselves sorted early on, but it soon went wrong for Chelsea. And I tell you what, football made a shift and a gear change as well. It's no longer about being the bully boys on the field and that power wins out and pace and hardness.
It's gone full circle again.
You've got to have the
technical
quality.
Footballers,
You've got to have
whether
the
you're
creativity.
5'2" or 6'3". I mean, Valencia's a big old unit, but he can play. I just think that Chelsea are withering on the vine. Older players, lots of mileage on the clock, too many changes at Stamford Bridge over a short period of time. United, consistency.
08717 2233. Twitter, Stan, of course, at TS Collymore. And on top of all of that as well, we've got you with your final say right the way through till 11 o'clock. So as Stan says, Chelsea withering on the vine. What does Fergie do with Vine? He opens the cork and he has a nice bottle of red tonight, I can tell you that. And he and his side deserve it, because it's red all over once more as far as Champions League action's concerned for the UK and the Premier League. Manchester United head and shoulders above Chelsea tonight, deservedly through. 2-1 on the night, 3-1 on aggregate. It should be Schalke in the next round. We'll have all the other results for you, and then your chance and your opportunity to have the final say on the final day's football. It's kick-off, it's Talksport with Ford, official champions and sponsors of that Champions League. Nigel Pearson and Stan Collymore, your commentary team at Old Trafford tonight.